All right, gentlemen.
All right, I need
Hello,
I need
and
10
welcome
seconds.
to episode 36 of
If only we could get
Friends with Words.
Friends with Words.
I play cucumber down the center.
That's a double word bonus.
I like carrots.
I think somebody should make a podcast about Scrabble. I would so not listen to that. It would be fucking awesome knowing that it exists.
I think Brady should make a podcast about Boggle.
That would be amazing.
He gets. You should not get triple digit scores on Boggle. That just should not happen.
That boggles my mind.
I get that reference.
All right, so let's just get like 30 seconds of silence, and we'll start.
A moment for all our fallen comrades.
I don't know.
Every fucking time.
Yeah, I like that you didn't notice it for like 8 seconds.
We had a good race.
Car ran real good.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to do.
If you smell a
Max,
lovely,
you just keep it down on the table.
Delectable smell after the race. It's not your tailpipe. It's
shake and bake.
It's fucking horrible.
I said shake and bake easily 300 times after that movie came out.
He did.
There was a solid year of shake and bake.
Magic Man and El Diablo.
What's El Diablo mean? It's
like some demonic chicken.
It's like a fighting chicken. Oh, that's so cool.
The best part is like there are wild packs of dogs roaming the streets of New York.
No, the best part of the movie, hands down, is the fact that Leslie Bibb is fucking gorgeous. And they're like, hey, y'all, get down here. I've been slaving off a stove for hours.
It's like Taco Bell, Little Caesars.
And the ever-delectable Taco Bell. It's like, what the fuck?
I'm Ricky Bobby. I'm Cal Nine Jr. urging you never to travel to Tijuana. Like, who pays for that ad?
If you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you.
The Jackknife 9000, now available at Walmart.
King Gong Ma prune candy.
All right. Now that we've
Did you watch the extras where they had like
committed
12?
copyright infringement by reading the script for...
No, they were all different segments, equally less than 10 seconds.
That doesn't really matter in this case.
It does.
I don't care. That's what I'm going to argue in court.
I like that movie.
Oh, I'll argue in court.
All I have to do is sit there and argue for
I'd
long
like
enough.
to represent myself.
I mean, Your Honor, realistically...
Why? You have not answered my question, so why? You should be like a 3-year-old and you just keep asking why. You can't finish that loop. It's
Your
over.
Honor.
They'll just be like, hung jury. We can't handle it. We can't handle it.
Hello and welcome to Learn to Wargame, the audio podcast. This is episode 18, and today we're talking about hypothetical Harbinger lists.
You didn't say your name.
You didn't. I was like, that's why I was still waiting. I was like, is he done?
They don't need to know who I am.
Oh, fair enough.
Hey, that's Brandon.
Let's get
Everybody.
Brandon 10 more seconds so he can start over.
I'm Brandon.
Are you?
I am.
Are you sure? We don't
Most days,
know.
depending on who's asking.
Or are you drunk, Brandon?
Thanking you for making it to episode 18, and you're not sure who the fuck that is. You probably have autism. Turn your computer back off and stop fucking talking.
Is this working now?
Yeah.
We talked about this while you weren't here.
I spent 6 hours the other day cleaning the damn thing.
I'm going to get pizza and eat on air. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. What, can you introduce yourself
pizza.
first?
You should have got me pizza. This
You
is
want
why I
a
don't like
slice?
Max. I'm taking Max off my list of people who I love.
You want a slice?
Fuck yes, I do. Max is back on my list of people I
I
love.
hope there's only one slice so I feel super bad.
There's 2.
Oh,
Make it
This
big
is
one.
making for a great
yeah.
podcast, by the way.
Max, badass. I'm splitting this motherfucker any game.
I'm just going to point out that Jeremy is the one ruining this podcast. Why don't you
I only do this so I can hear myself in my head. I mean, nobody listens to this.
I hate you, Jeremy.
The only people that listen to this are Brandon and Spence. So
That's probably actually true.
Actually, we've been getting more views.
Well, I haven't been posting to Muse, so it's been solely us.
Yeah, which is probably why we've been getting more views.
No, I actually should do that.
No,
You can't play that for more than 10 seconds or we'll get sued.
yeah, right.
Potentially. I mean, let's be honest. There's enough dickhead lawyers to have 10 lawyers per person on this fucking planet, so...
Yeah. Ask Lance.
Yeah. Not like we know any.
Well, I don't know him. I know of him.
All right. That son of a bitch tried to friend me on Skype. Can you believe that shit?
Who did that?
That's like trying
Lance.
to, that's like trying to touch you in a naughty place.
Hello and welcome to Learn to Wargame, the audio podcast.
Oh, no,
This
we've
is-
already gone past that.
Oh, okay.
I thought we were starting over.
No.
All right. So this is going to be the great first
This
10
is
minutes of
Max.
the podcast.
This is Max, and I'm a jackass then.
I'm Brandon, or PG Meatlist on the forums, and I'm playing something other than Khador.
I'm Spence, and I am once again losing to minions.
Nice.
I'm Jeremey, and I guess
Boostable
I
guns.
play mercenaries. I don't know.
And today we're talking about
Model mercenaries.
I do model a lot. So.
Yes.
Yeah, but we're talking about the game, not in real life.
Oh my god.
Max's face.
So today we're going to read you some Harbinger lists and explain why we don't know what it means. I'm going to go last. Max, what do you got?
Nope, you go first.
Nope, not go.
Nope, go.
I'll share twice and first and last.
Ship captain
Because
crew.
you're either first or and last.
Brandon, ship captain crew.
I don't have any dice.
You can be second,
Come on.
third. Hell, you can give me
Just go
four.
get 5 dice.
You would be fifth. So the first one I have is a Harbinger Tier 4 list. Concept of this is take lots of single things. It's Harbinger with a battle group of 3 Templars, which because of the tier are -1 point. Avatar of Menoth, which is -1 point. High Paladin Darton Vilman, and 3 Paladins. 1 Mechanic, 3 minimum units of Temple Flame Guard, and a minimum unit of Choir. So the concept of this is there's a decent screen of the Flame Guard, and, Paladins are really hard to remove under Martyrdom. And, hey, guess what? There's 4 heavies with shields. That's me.
That you can.
Yo, 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 what up, podcast land? Sorry.
So what'd you put in your list, Tyrell?
Is it too late for the free
This
crack
is
giveaway?
1455 The Shade, bro.
1455 The Shade.
It's like an XM channel somewhere, right? There was one called The Shade. I don't remember what the number was. I got the Harbinger of Menoth because it's
It's a good choice.
a good choice
Solid choice.
when you're doing a Harbinger of Menoth list with a Hierophant and a Devout, and that's the battle group. Even though the Hierophant's not technically part of the battle group, or whatever. In War Room, it looks like it's part of the battle group.
We got you. Don't worry.
All right, I got High Exemplar Gravis because he's
Nice.
a boss.
He is.
I have Rupert, Carvolo, Piper of Ord because they didn't kill his family.
Are you making fun of me?
I have
You don't
the
play it
Covenant of
anymore.
Menoth because why the fuck not?
Because the book is great to throw at people.
And I have a full unit of Exemplar Avengers, full unit of Flamebringers, full unit of Holy Zealots with the Monolith Bearer.
Yes, Spence, we are talking about you.
The full unit of Exemplar Errants with the Exemplar Errant Officer and Standard.
No Seneschal?
Nope.
That's
Don't need fucking
mistake.
Hunter.
That's a mistake. It's a great 2-point solo.
Yeah. You should get rid of that book.
I should get rid of the book or Piper maybe.
No.
Shoot a Piper, that way you could
all
no
I-
knock down your not tough guys. Any particular goal for anything in the list, or just you think it's a good synergy in general?
Mass amount of Weapon Masters. And then Zealots are always
Are
a
there
good
Flamebringers
choice.
Weapon Masters?
Yes.
They're POW 9?
Yes.
Okay.
With 2.
And they've got the little pony kick.
Yep.
I feel like I want to play Menoth just so I get to play with all the good solos.
But dude, and they're Pathfinder, so it's like at least 2 units that give me Pathfinder a turn.
So, Spence, what did you bring?
Also,
Oh, wait.
threat 14.5.
That wasn't a mic drop, that was a phone drop. So,
Damn it! What? You don't have to break down the 4th wall. God damn it!
Let Kanye do his job, okay?
Hey, according to the other podcasters, we have real equipment.
that's true. Everyone there was like, you guys brought mic stands. I'm like, you don't have mic stands? Yeah, I had to hold a mic for an hour, and I was like, this is fucking stupid. I feel like a jackass holding this fucking mic here for myself. It's like,
you
can we
want-
get like a
To be
servant boy
fair,
in here?
people that go by our house probably think we're jackasses if they look in the living room. So
No, they
I
just
think there are
wish
people
their
going
life
by your
was...
house looking in your living room window. They're kind of creepy already.
No, we talked about this. They stopped looking in years ago when they knew Naked Time started. There's a picture window. We don't own
I'm
curtains.
thinking.
Suck it.
Here's my thought. I don't want to get a Christmas tree, but what if I get lights and I just wrap around the cat tree? And then it'll be a Christmas cat tree.
As long as it's hot pepper lights.
See that? And you have to literally steal them from a Mexican
You're
restaurant.
going to have to cut this out and put this at the end.
That's true. Jeremy, go ahead and get on that.
Go ahead.
Spence, what did you bring? I heard you were going to make a high reclaimer list.
All right, so for my Harbinger list, I started out with the high reclaim.
Wait. But you're using...
She still has the 10 focus.
No, hold on.
He's using Reclaimers list.
He's using the Fiora 2 tier list, though.
Yeah, if you were to do this for my reclaimer for my Harbinger list. I mean, it's legit, but I took a secondary feat because I brought Epic Kraos as a solo. That's Kraos 2, the one that matters.
Yeah.
It's legit.
Okay.
I chose Magnus.
Magnus solo, got it.
Brandon
I
might
think
like
you could take
Warpath in his list.
That's
You
true.
could take
So
it with
Krios 3 would be
Gaston's. Well,
I think
Gaston
he's
2.
I think he's like a 5-point Dragoon. Like
God,
Gravis.
we've lost track of everything. Like, the editing of this is going to be fucking terrible. Like, people are listening and already at this point, they're all like,
Two
"What is going
fundamentals,
on?"
sir, which, because this will not be edited, they will still know. Everyone knows you listen until you hear the intro, and then you cut and place that at the end, and you're done.
Wow. Okay.
So your Harbinger list.
I took the Harbinger of Menoth.
Tier 5.
It's the best tier ever.
Yeah, I know.
She brought a devout with her because, I mean, why the fuck
Shock
not?
and awe.
Yeah, it's a bold choice. I had it as something else until I heard Max say what he was going to pick, and I changed it really quick.
You dropped that devout for Ion and Holt.
Yeah. It's great. It's a great expenditure of Warjack points.
I think they were Avengers, actually, that you were thinking of.
Okay, so
I didn't know what they did, so I took them out of my list.
the Harbinger of Menoth with a devout. I took a Hierophant as well, just because Hierophant's good to heal for D3. I took Tristan Durant with a Redeemer.
Tristan is not allowed in this list.
Yeah, he is.
Actually, is not. He's
He
on
said
the...
he didn't give a fuck about
Yeah,
what you're building.
I'm not pairing this with whatever crap you made. Yeah, Mike. I took Vilmon because Vilmon with fucking Harbinger is awesome. I took Gorman because why the fuck not? I took the book because the book needs to be used all the fucking time. I took Full Zealots with the UA because I love the idea of just jamming it down someone's fucking throat. And then I took Iona and Holt because I do that. And then I took 2 unit of Forge Guard, each with Attendant Priest. Because
I knew somebody was going to copy that list.
Guided Hand and Crusader's Call is a fucking thing.
Did you listen to our last episode where we literally talked about that?
No, did you all?
We did.
When you say last episode, I was here when
It's
we
not
recorded
out
the last
yet,
episode.
but it's you might be able to listen to it.
I was actually here for recording the last episode.
Uh-huh.
Did we talk about that?
No, we recorded other episodes since then. We didn't call it.
I don't want to feel left out or anything right now. And yeah, that's
You didn't miss anything. Have you heard this trash so far?
All right, so did you finish your list yet? I didn't pay attention because literally everything you said was on the character band list.
Well, as you said them, I had to click them really quick.
Zealots. Zealots.
So for people that haven't heard the preamble yet, we listed the characters that are not allowed on this list. It was Iona and Holt, Tristan, Garmin, fucking like everything he named. Anyway.
Oh my god! All
right.
no, we're keeping them.
So is there anything about your list that you wanted to point out as strong and
good.
might be looked past by people who haven't played the list?
Honestly, I've never played the list, so
Well, I'm aware of that. I mean, you've never played Menoth for real.
well, I'm
so.
hoping to honestly, I want to use her feat to stop people from moving forward at me, so I can actually get the Forge Guard up a little bit further. I'm going to use the Zealots to once again do that one more time, and just jam their shit up if I can to keep them from moving forward, and then go fucking apeshit with Iona and Holt helping the Forge Guard destroy everything.
I played against a list similar to that at Adepticon. Instead of all the extra...
How was your loss?
I did lose, actually, but
was
it was super close.
Okay.
Instead of all the extra bullshit you took beyond
Got
the
it.
Forge Guard, he
Got
took 2 battle engines. Vessels. It was really good.
I'll look into that one. I don't know what that model does.
Okay. Jeremy,
What?
did you make a list?
Yes, I did.
Nice. Let's go ahead and listen to
Can you
this.
share with the class?
God.
Everyone put your earmuffs on.
Everybody pull out a circle of paper and a safety pencil.
Brandon, that doesn't really help you
Podcast is
there.
like fucking show and tell.
All right. Harbinger of Menoth.
I've got a puppy.
Yes, you do. Hierophant. Scourge of Heresy. Fire of Salvation. Blood of Martyrs. The Blessing of Vengeance. The Avatar of Menoth. And a full unit of Deliverers.
Was there not a character you could fit in for the Deliverers?
Well, he had to figure out a way to deliver all those jacks.
I think you mentioned all of them.
God damn it.
I gotta trigger vengeance somehow.
Literally, that 8 points would be better if you took almost anything else, not even from the faction. Like, where's the choir? You have fucking 7 character jacks. What the fuck?
Why is the Avatar of Menoth 11 points?
I don't. Dude,
He's way overcosted.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I mean, because a million years ago when this game first started, that thing was fucking awesome. And then they realized the game is played with a specific set of rules, and everything else is better than that now.
Yeah, everything.
It's like, it's fucking stupid.
Well,
I don't fucking get it.
Like, if you just throw Cossite Woodsman at it, it'll die instantly.
It's not true. But I mean, 2 units of Cossite's probably taking the fucker down.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's more points than he is.
Than he's worth? Yeah.
It wouldn't be even close to putting damage on him.
Do you know why the Avatar actually sees play? Because Menoth players like him. It has nothing to do with him being good. Like, I'm going to put the Avatar there because
He's a nice guy.
I like him.
Because that little sword has reach in it. So a lot of people
hold on, I
off.
shoot you.
Anybody that does not mod their avatar is an asshole. Fuck them, okay? If you don't mod your avatar to make him look better than the original model, you're being lazy. Stop playing the game.
I drilled out
I
the
can't say that.
smokestacks.
Damn it. They take that back because that makes me an asshole, I guess, or whatever.
I thought you
Why
changed
does
out
he
his
cause
sword
terror?
just because.
Because he's that bad.
Because it's better than Abomination, which is what the Death Jack has.
He's shockingly bad.
And they were worried about you parasiting him, so they put Sacred Ward on it. That way you can not be shot and not be spelled. And they were worried about Enliven not working, so they gave you the book.
I guess his bad point is he could only have 2 focus sometimes.
Yeah, but the turns you need him to have 4 focus, he has 2.
Every single time.
All right, so I'm going to read my last list, which is a interesting take on Harbinger, I think. Because I don't think we've actually covered the generic Harbinger list, which is usually like errants, zealots, but everyone pretty much knows that list. So my other Harbinger list is Harbinger with a battle group of Hierophant and a Devout, Avatar of Menoth, Vessel of Judgment, Bastion Seneschal, 2 Paladins, Darton Vilman, 2 full units of Bastions, and minimum unit of Choir. The concept of it is basically to just have a lot of beef on the table, try and just bully out your opponent.
It seems like a solid all-stars list. I mean, you can do a little bit of everything with that list.
Mm-hmm. The only real downside is lack of shooting. The vessel's a nice add, but it just doesn't do enough.
Yeah, I mean, you should be able to get up the board fast enough to kind of
Yeah, I mean, you really can between Crusader's Call and everything else. Like, the Bastions are actually really scary, and it requires a lot. The problem is, like, you run into a Crix list, and it just folds because they can hit hard enough and often enough to get through the Bastions.
Well, I like thinking of her feat as almost being like a secondary turn of movement sometimes. I mean, it can be used that way for a lot of games. And if they just have a heavy, stupid, over-the-top shooting list, I mean, you're going to take losses by the time you get there, but when you get there, you're going to crush literally everything they have. Mm-hmm. That's solid. And the Avatar can't get shot at, and it runs 10 inches and then threats a million inches. That seems solid.
So the concept of this list was to be paired with the Krios 1 list that we made on a previous cast. It was episode 9, if you want to go back and listen to it.
I do remember that one.
It was mostly an attrition-based Krios 1 list with a heavy out for assassination.
I'm still a child because I play with 2 Reckoners in my Krios 1 list.
No, I think 2 Reckoners is awesome, but I kind of wish I had saved the sheet for the Krios list so we could see what it covered.
P. Resnick.
So let's go ahead and build a Harbinger list.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
Okay,
This should be pretty quick.
Bastions are stupid good with her.
They are. But the question is, what do we want to cover? Krios can certainly play against Crix. What are Krios' specific bad matchups that we probably want to try and cover?
Can I say trolls?
Going second against another Krios.
Can I say trolls?
That's why we had the book in there, which I thought was funny. We literally had the book in there solely to be a dick to other Krios players.
All right, this is something I really want to focus on, though, because, like I said, I've told you this a billion times. I played Menoth since 2003. Mm-hmm. I'm still fucking terrible at this game. I have so little experience. Shut up. I've dropped a billion times. I honestly don't know good matchups, bad matchups. I can guess.
So the concept of the Krios list, the things he really struggles against are things that can't be knocked down. Things that come to mind that can't be knocked down.
Creel Warriors.
Potentially Statixis Raiders. Creel Warriors, because they have the Raider Captain, gives no sleepy on the job.
You should be able to scaffold that bitch out.
Potentially, but she can stay really far back. Because Krios can't get that close. Because if you fail to kill him, Krios just dies.
That's true.
Not to mention just they might still die. Iron Fang Pikeman with the Kovnik can be really fucking annoying. You said Creel Warriors. Or just anything that can stand up for free. casters with stealth take his assassination off table pretty hard. Max, will you sleep? Do you have anything to add?
He's about Menoth. It doesn't do much.
It's about
for him.
Menoth, yeah.
What are we talking about?
The Krios 1 list, do you think it's a good matchup for Krix? Or bad?
It's good. It kills anything that's not stealth.
The Kraus one was having Roven in it.
I switched it. Yeah, it was originally Orin. It was like ridiculous. It was like Orin Midwinter and the book. And I took those out for Roven.
Yeah, Roven's just so good to have with him. I mean, it's like
it's awesome.
Anything where you're going to have that shooting and it's going to be a crutch at some point. I think Roven, he's so underestimated by so many Menoth players.
Errant's murder the world infantry-wise on Krios' feet turn.
Errants are stupid.
They don't have to kill a caster or anything like that. They just
you can just play attrition.
Kill every fucking infantry model within the board range. You know?
And I'll tell you, every time I've ever played Errants in any game, I mean, if they die to anything, I don't feel like I'm losing the crutch of my army, and that's kind of nice. It is nice that if I do have to take a blow or have to take one on the chin, the Errants can do that. The Errants can.
I think Krios, for the most part, can cover Krix. Especially with Roven, because, it gives you the ability to kill a model against Lich.
It lets you put a Reckoner shot into Lich if he
Something
keeps
that
staying forward.
Kind of like about Roven, this doesn't just occur to me right now that I don't know how big of a deal it'll actually make, but it could be interesting, is I know Defender's Ward's going to be on something else, obviously, but if you have to for some reason, Defender's Ward on something with set defense and battle-driven, Roven can have battle-driven. So they become armor 17.
Do they all have set defense?
No, just the two.
Okay, the Honor Guard do.
Yeah.
I just don't think that's enough models.
It isn't, but I mean, in a crush situation, they become, defense 14.
I mean, if you absolutely need something,
defense 16, and then on top of that, they become armor 19.
I feel like you'd end up throwing Defender's Ward on Krios at that point.
Probably, yeah. But I mean, if you needed to, you could. Like to hold something indefinitely or to jam up something, maybe. I don't know. It's defense 16 against charge is a thing. Max's look on his face right now.
What about just defense 15 at Errants all the time?
That's solid.
And how do you feel about that?
I feel like if Errants and I had to have that conversation, we'd be okay with it.
Okay, so
but he didn't have Rupert, so it doesn't matter. So really, defense 14.
So I feel like the two ways we can take the Harbinger list are the beef way or the standard way, pretty much.
I like Harbinger beef.
With bastions and
I would spam
paladins.
the fuck out of some 8 wound troops because that's what everybody does right now. Apparently, I don't have any.
Those are so good.
I was talking about it with some people, and they kind of agreed that I think Harbinger is the best drop for Meat Mountain, just because you can outlast the number of attacks he has.
Absolutely, you murder them, and they're not going to get to you.
A max of 10 attacks under awe plus anything with decent defense. Even if he fill calls them hitting on 5s, if he swings 10 times, he might miss 2. I can martyr 8 times, and all of a sudden I literally time walked most of his army. There's some stuff that's going to still kill things, but so the question is, do we take?
And if Harvey gets to Grizzle
dies. I mean, they don't care that much about the feat, but the feat does do damage. And it doesn't trigger. I don't believe it triggers.
Mainly, it stops the stone, and they don't want to run out from under the stone.
Right. Well, also, Does it trigger? Because it's.
No, it's not an attack.
Yeah. So it actually can do decent damage to him. You're averaging a couple damage per guy. I mean, that helps in the long run.
Oh yeah, it makes it way easier to fish him off.
Yeah. Anything you can do to those.
Dropping from 8 wounds to 5 wounds is huge. Yeah, it makes it way easier.
So
and it doesn't trigger battle.
POW 12 weapon masters. No blessed.
I'm not worried about their attack.
Oh, they're 11, 16.
Or 11, 16.
11, 16, and they can share damage between them.
You say no blessed?
They do not blessed.
Bastions?
Right.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, their weapon is definitely blessed.
Magical blessed halberds?
It's half the reason why they're
I could be wrong.
Sick.
I didn't think they had blessed.
Wrong.
They do have blessed. Wow.
Could you record that? And
I did not think that Vengers had blessed.
I can. Yeah,
I thought it was just
move the
Vengers
hell
that
out of
weapon
it.
masters and blessed.
You want it as a ringtone?
Yes. That'll be like his alert tone. Like every time he texts me, I'm like.
So.
Blessed is their way to crush everything. I mean,
well, and I think Ion and Hold is stupid fucking good with them too. I mean, like it's been said a million times.
I don't even know that you need Ion and Hold.
It's not about need. It's about turning power 12 into power 14.
Are they're already magical weapons though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but yes, Bane Thralls technically hit a little harder, but there's not much that power 12 doesn't just kill when it ignores plus
they also have
the
reach,
armor,
which is really handy.
Yeah.
And Mat 7. And you can potentially get
I'm just saying Bane Thralls hit a little harder, but 12 Weapon Master kills pretty much everything, especially when you're ignoring the Arc Shield on the Storm Wall.
Mm-hmm.
don't...
Because that makes him a POW 15.
The thing is, though, realistically, I've seen this happen more than once whenever I've used them now, and it's the fact that, I mean, yeah, you do commit them, but, like, let's say you get 3 or 4 of their Power 12 Blessed Weapon Master attacks on something, and it's really awesome, and it should have fucking died. That 2 points would have swung it really fucking easily. And you don't have a huge volume of attacks.
It's irrelevant. Ion and Hold is taken.
Oh, shit.
I said that a minute ago, but nobody's listening.
No, nobody cares.
It's because of all the times when you were wrong. Why do we listen to that?
That's true. I'm wrong quite often. I just make that many statements.
Every single time.
Okay, so it sounds like we're mostly on board for the medium base guys.
So, but we're talking 2 units, right?
That's the question. Do you just throw 1 unit in? If you're planning this towards the anti-medium base skew or just anti-heavies?
I have 2.
I love bullying with them. I really do. I love setting down 2 units of Bastions. And the thing is, even if they can deal with 1 unit, which I've seen plenty of lists be able to do before, you can deal with 1 unit of them.
You can't deal with the second unit.
And for 8 points, it's so good. Especially with her, it's so good.
Because she has guided hand too, so they'll fucking never miss when you need them to.
It's so good.
And mainly when you can stack wounds on a single guy that you know is going to take a lot of attacks, put him to 7, and then just make them tough with Rupert. And then it's like he'll just start rolling tough Snell Martyr when he fails, and then no damage.
If we're looking at a Meat Mountain situation, is it worth putting an Arc Node in her list at all to Fear of God the fuck out of some shit?
I don't think... If you Fear of God, like, they don't threat anything. You just walk up and do it.
I'm sorry, did you have a Hierophant in there?
I haven't put anything in here yet. It's literally just Harbinger and 2 units of Bastions.
Now, you're mentioning the Arc Node. I've tried it with the Arc Node before, and I really like it because it gives you just a ton of shit out of there. And I'm going to say the Revenger, even though people don't like it that much sometimes. I love the Revenger. I think it's an awesome little thing that can do a lot of work.
That's the generic one. That's the Reguardianer.
Oh, okay.
The Reguardianer.
Mm-hmm.
The one
starts with E, ends with
I'm never going to be able to look at that Jack without seeing that again.
The one with the pike that should have a shield but doesn't.
Yeah, if it had a shield, it'd be so good, but it doesn't. That's the Guardian. The Revenger is the generic battle box Jack.
Exactly. With the halberd, and
it's, I believe, 6 points.
It is 6 points. It's powerful attack. It's mat 6. He does have an arc node.
That's
for 6 points.
Yeah, and he has repulsor shield.
He's their lancer effectively.
I would
power strength 19. Powerful charge. He
has a repulsor shield, so if he hits you with the shield or you hit him in his front arc, you're pushed an inch away from him.
Can we point out I'm going to say it like the 5th time now.
So the question
what
is,
about
though...
the extra point for the Severiuses?
Right, the Blessing of Vengeance is what I was going to bring up next. Blessing of Vengeance for 1 point gains +1 mat.
Same POW.
Affinity Severius, which is relevant. He gains Defensive Strike, which is you get to attack someone that ends in your melee range. He gains Imprint Bushwhack, which is kind of irrelevant, but that's the stuff he gets.
Can I throw this out there just as like, okay, if you have the 1 point floating around, you don't want to buy racks, you don't want to take a mechanic, maybe for him, but that 1 point of mat, which is realistically what you're getting there, Defensive Strike's okay and all, but if you really want that, there's a Seneschal that you can take with them, but the 1 extra point there for that 1 extra point of mat, he's mat 6 base, he acquires to 8, and then he has powerful charge, so he's a mat 10.
Mostly you're spending 1 point on Defensive Strike, which is I get charged by 1 less guy.
Solid. Mm-hmm. I love the idea of the fact that this thing is mat 10 with a threat range of what? 13?
On the charge mat 10, yeah.
13? That's a lot. Power strength 15?
I'm just checking if there's anything else different about them. They look almost identical other than that. Yeah, you gain imprint.
Yeah, but if you're just taking an arc node, and even if you still take the devout, I don't know that you...
But you can also not battle and be mat 9 on the charge or just mat 7 all the time, which lets him be like not shooting, or you do passage and then still charge.
Because that's my question, is I don't know that you're actually spending the 2 points on Choir anymore. If you're just taking a light or 2...
That's probably
right.
We haven't got
Choir.
Actually, that's a very solid point because then you're effectively saving a point because as opposed to spending 2 points on Choir, you're pinning 1 on him. That's what.
And you
honestly,
get the +1 mat, and you get defensive.
I've heard a lot of people talk about not taking him. If you're not taking Severius, no reason to take him. You're very astute right there. That makes
I very
a lot of
disagree
points.
with that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I've never considered it like that. I would just take the default there and keyboard cowboy that shit. And be like, there's no reason to take him because I don't have Severius. But that's legit.
So right now I haven't had any jacks yet.
Which actually. Timeout. Defensive strike on him and the Seneschal? That's enough that when somebody's playing control, it's like, okay, what has defensive strike and what doesn't?
Yeah, you could easily put 4 or 5 defensive strikes in this list. That's an option.
And you rarely see them. So,
right.
You kind of have
And no one's going to know they have defensive strike until you move up to them.
That's something where, I hate to be a dick about it and try and gotcha people, but if you put a model on the table that no one uses, Fuck them.
I think that's your bonus for playing the bad model.
Yeah, I mean...
Right now I'm on Harbinger 2 units of Bastions. I put in a single Seneschal, because obviously you want at least one Seneschal.
Big brother for the win.
That's the healer, right?
Would you ever take 2?
No.
Yes, it is the healer. They
Probably
don't stack.
not anymore that they don't stack, but
it lets you
it'd
spread
be something
out.
Maybe you'd add if you have
Let's set,
2
that's
points.
3 points.
Is he 3 points?
He's 3
He's
points.
3
Actually,
points.
That's a lot of
Well, hold on.
points.
He's a
solid-
Mad 8, POW 12, Blessed, Reach, Magical Weapon Master.
He's an extra bastion.
He has Fearless and Commander, so he's a
Defensive
Command 10 Commander in case anything's near him, which isn't usually relevant. But he heals everyone in his command range of 10, and he has Defensive Strike. So he's actually a really good combat solo and lets you send in your Bastion Seneschals a little bit more aggressively because you have 2 of them.
So, question. I can't remember if this was ever decided or not, because it's been so fucking long since I looked this up, but does he heal himself?
I believe so. Exemplar Bastions.
And he's
He is an Exemplar Bastion Seneschal, so he is an Exemplar Bastion.
Now, question, how do you feel about taking anything with him?
As far as the Jack Marshall is their only Jack Marshall. Iron Wall is interesting. The problem is what do you take on him, because the only real option is, I think, a Vigilant.
Iron Wall do.
Yeah.
It's +2 armor. It's the same thing, the
Vigilant, Dervish, Repenter.
Vigilant.
Those are all 4 points. I mean,
No, it's not the point cost. He gets +2 armor for each Jack he's controlling that's in base with him, and he can shrug off range attacks onto them. Like infinite. It's like
and
sack
magic.
cloning. Is it magic as well?
I believe so. I'll only look it up. It's been forever.
I don't.
I'm looking at it right now. Range or magical attacks. You can choose to have one of the non-incorporeal warjacks directly hit instead.
Can you get Incorporeal Warjacks?
No, but it's a catch-all.
You can, Testament on feet turn.
Sure.
And this list is going to be difficult.
Is that turn or round?
That's turn.
So no, because they're not going to shoot you with ranged or magic. They're
Counterblast. Owned.
So
I'm just saying.
explain to me.
Return fire.
So the options we're talking
begin.
about here is he charges in, chooses not to trigger counterblast on the first charge, and then the Bastion Seneschal charges in a way that would leave him in base with the Jack he's controlling.
How do you know the Jack didn't just run in there first and now he charged into warrior?
Because you can trigger counterblast on a run too.
Okay, but what if that model's not within range?
But would he
Of
have to,
6 inches?
would
Yes.
he have to drive Iron Wall
Then you
first?
fail your charge.
Doesn't he have to drive Iron
No,
Wall
it's just
first?
Iron Wall. It's ability he has.
Okay, it's not a drive. He doesn't have
No,
a drive.
he just does
has
it,
that.
He iron walls all the time.
The problem is that's all he does for the Jack, so it's like, why would you take it?
I see what you mean by having
I think
2 of
it's a
them,
waste.
but that's 3 points floating, okay?
I do agree. The problem is it's hard to
Let's get to the end of this, and
But
if we have
look
3
at
points
it-
floating, I think it's a solid
look at
investment.
it as a 3-point combat solo.
I understand that, but
Is it worth... If this
Menoth.
guy wasn't a Bastion Seneschal, would you take him?
no.
Okay. That's all I really want to talk
If he
about.
wasn't a Bastion at all, do you mean... Are you
If he
saying-
had these stats and did not have the words Bastion Seneschal and Leadership Bastions...
then I wouldn't take him.
Okay. That's all I wanted to bring up.
Well,
'cause
there's an Exemplar Seneschal, which I feel like for 3 points is a much better combat solo all the way around.
He doesn't have Reach, he doesn't have Blessed, but he's still really good.
Power Strength 11, double Weapon Master, 2 swings, combo smite.
He's not double weapon master.
No, he has 2 weapons. I mean, he has
He's-
2 swings,
yeah.
and then it's so solid.
Okay, so right now we're at 2 units of Bastions. Excuse me. And 1 Seneschal. So now let's fill out some other stuff. I saved the book and Rupert combo. Do we need the book in this
I
list?
don't know that the book's needed, but if you have 2 points, it's not awful.
Yeah, but it's basically 4 points at that point.
Because honestly, what's the book do?
No, it-
What's the book do that's awesome?
The
for
book
you?
does no knockdown.
I know it does no knockdown.
But think about it on the
But
reverse side.
what's okay? So who's going to knock you down?
Krios.
Krios is going to knock you down.
Or Earthbreaker.
Are you going to drop Harbinger against Krios?
Question.
I actually think this list would do well against my Krios list. Just because it couldn't chew through the beat fast
Let's
enough.
stop looking at the book as being something that simple, though. I mean,
No, right. There's a lot of things the book does.
No. That aside, it's like, okay, for 2 points, what is a better investment of those 2 points than the book? The book, I mean,
If you don't need the
if
benefits,
you put the book
it really...
on its own, if you put the book on the fucking table and say, okay, this is a 10-inch bubble you can't cast spells in, and it's going to take you 5 attacks to get rid of.
It's worth it just because it's something she can murder, and it's
It can
retardedly hard
contest
to get rid
zones
of.
and be
And
martyred.
it's a big fucking circle that only it can be blocked by small bases. You have a bunch of medium bases on the table. It's like there's
It's worth it.
I think you really have to have a reason to put the book in the list. Because that's 2 points that could be doing something the entire game. 2 points to protect her from people like Butcher and Ron could potentially be worth it on its own. Because it has Sacred Ward, doesn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, so
Actually,
Ron
it's not
can't...
Sacred Word. Actually, it
me
just can't
check.
be targeted by. It can't be targeted by spells at all.
Oh, okay, it's Spell Ward.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ron's going to have a pain in the ass time getting rid of it, and it's going to basically shut down his list if
I'm
you
gonna
play
have
it
two
right.
ghost snipers.
Well, then use Margaret.
Okay.
All right.
I love so much about the book. I think the book is a stupid good model. I think if you really needed to into a crutch, and you could even give the vessel that you were talking about earlier, give it a fiery weapon, so it's boost attack that's going to crush whatever it hits, so you put a huge hit on something and light it on fire. Yeah, power 12 is not a huge thing, but the crutch power 12, if you need it, it's there. It's like, it does so much.
All right, so we're playing the beef list. I think paladins are an auto include.
Yes.
As long as you, all three of them.
Yeah, the paladin boat of 2 paladins plus Vilman to get the impervious wall.
That's 6,
7.
7.
7
So
points.
Vilman's 3.
Yeah, Vilman is 3. He is a power 15 weapon master with reach and magical weapon.
I've always felt that
And Mat 9.
the first 2 points I drop out of the list is one of those paladins, though. Like, if I need to start moving things around, I mean, yeah, they're good and all, but
Well, right now we're at 28 points for the record. We've got 2 units Bastion, Seneschal, the book, and Paladin boat. Okay,
you
so...
have a single Bastion Seneschal?
Yes.
Okay.
So what we're looking at basically is a concept if we're trying to play against beef lists or just skew armor, because armor 16 doesn't sound high, but when you have lots of healing and martyring and nothing ever actually dies...
I think you 100% have to add the zealot bow, don't you? Just for deliver time.
Well,
But what do they do?
hits armor 16.
If you're playing a bunch of speed 4 models, they're going to outpace pretty hard, which is fine to be
That's
a
what they're
screen.
supposed to do.
But are they just going to run up and die, or are they actually going to get something done? Because if we're targeting this specifically at stuff like Troll Bloods and, Scorn,
Fist and stuff like that.
do they actually do anything to all that stuff? I think they just
slog
get
it
killed.
down.
I can't tell you times I like putting them out there, but I hear 8 points for something to walk out there and give you a turn of dying.
I think for 8 points, I'd rather have like a
That's what
Reckoner.
Texas Raiders do.
Well, so Texas Raiders do a lot of things. They also have reach. They have a ton of speed. They
Because
have
this
one
is
turn
not going to be a
master.
scenario list. We're basically giving up scenario by taking all this slow stuff.
No, you're not.
Potentially.
You're just not going to jam out of the zone.
Right. I mean, we could
Giving
eventually
up
win on
scenario.
scenario. No, I'm not saying we're losing on scenario. I'm just saying
You know
that
what?
this is not going to be a heavy scenario winning
How are you
list.
delivering these?
Question.
then? What do you get? What else are you putting in? I mean, I don't think errants fit with what we're trying to do.
I don't either. I'm just saying that I think that you need to not give them any easy out. Like, what's the point of taking 3 or 4, basically 3 units of hard to kill stuff, and then throwing out Mechana Thralls out in front? Like, there's no point.
I got a
Because
thought.
there's a
that'll
turn they can't do anything to them.
Here's a thought that'll take advantage of 2 things that we have going on
And
right
then
now.
it
Okay?
wastes their precious few attacks the next turn.
We have Rupert in the list, right?
Not yet. No.
Yeah.
Well, the thought is
He's
potentially
available.
Rupert. Okay.
He's available.
Oh, Rupert or Saxon, either one.
Pathfinder might be worth it alone
Okay.
to put him in.
Well, my thought is we need something that has speed. Daughters. We have high armor. How about we skew the daughters out there for a little bit higher defense? And I realize, the thing is, Crusaders call on daughters. It's acrobatics. It's good. It's all good. You have guided hand if you really need to take something out or take out a couple little things. You get them out there. And the thing is, they're not a screen that's just going to die. They're going to do work. If you need to, and you had either Rupert or Saxon, they'd have Pathfinder and acrobatics, guided hand.
I would rather put in Vengers
And they're
than
5
Daughters.
points. Vengers.
I know they're more expensive.
And I'm not
That
saying...
follows our theme, at least. We're playing brick style units. The Vengers could
I
be a
like
nice
Avengers
flanking
with
unit.
Crusaders call.
When I say daughters, I mean actual daughters, not daughters on
Right,
ponies.
right. I'm not
Okay.
saying Flamebringers. I'm
Well,
saying
why would you rather have Avengers then?
feel they fulfill the same role as the high threat range. They're not the high defense, but they follow the same thing. Like, the reason Meat Mountain's successful is because they ask you how many total powerful attacks can you bring to bear on the army in one turn, and I'm going to just have way more dudes than that than you can deal with. Same thing as a high defense skew. It's like, I have 1,000 dudes that are defense 17. You're like, well, I can kill 100 of them.
I
Well,
just
I
don't think
overwhelm you.
or any of those lists have a good way that you're going to trigger battle driven on them, and then do they do that much damage?
They're
Power
POW 14 not weapon masters, but they're blessed.
Wait,
Which doesn't matter against trolls.
Not specifically against trolls, but it can matter against things like Signar. Like Vengers, it allows you to deliver a wave of hard-hitting attacks, or just sit back and countercharge.
Avengers aren't... I feel like they're just not going to fill a role here. Okay.
Mainly, like, if you think of it as their flanking force, like against, let's say, the Meat Mountain, you put them hard flank and run 16 and say go. The warders can't catch them, ever.
True.
So you just get behind their army and say, you have to fight me on 2 fronts, or I'm going to kill your stone. And once stone goes away, I just cripple your army.
I feel like daughters can more easily do that.
I don't feel they'll get there.
Well, they can put something between
Because
them,
when she casts Inhospitable Ground, the daughters move 5.
except for the fact that we have Rupert and Saxon. And daughters right
If
there.
Rupert's far enough up to give them Pathfinder, then he's just going to die, or they're going to get out of range of him.
15
then
inches of one of them?
they lose it as soon as they leave his 8-inch bubble. Like, he can't be that far up.
I would run his ass out there just to get them somewhere inside of their army, so they're having to fight things inside of their own army. Like,
They
it's
have
just,
dash and they don't give fucks.
Yeah, they
about
just
free
walk away
strikes.
from him.
I'm not talking about just getting them in
But they
there.
don't hit hard enough.
Yeah.
Like, what are
How
they
do
They still
doing?
have anatomical precision.
That's one.
Okay, so all of them attack one guy, and in 2 turns they drop him if they don't miss?
Are we only fighting warders currently?
No,
on
I'm
this
just
list?
talking about...
I mean, okay, you have them
I'm-
back in the support staff here. You have them back there on the stone. You have them back there in that stuff. Okay,
I don't know if they actually get there.
as opposed to Vengers, which have to go through whatever they put in the way.
But Vengers can hit hard enough to get through that stuff. If you guided hand Vengers, they can almost tear through any...
Do the dice math. Do the dice math. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Power 14 charge. Okay, versus armor 20.
24.5.
Okay, are we specifically talking about Meat Mountain then?
Well, what are we?
Okay, if the example is Meat Mountain, then I play them as a flanking unit.
Meat Mountain, you can deal with most other.
I think enough people are crying about Meat Mountain versus Menoth that it's worth talking about.
Yeah, I'm one.
I think you can easily build a list that will have a game against Meat Mountain, and if you lose to them, it's because they were a better player than you.
I think that's probably solid. I honestly feel like if you throw Vengers at warders,
It's not that they're fighting the Warders directly, it's that the Warders cannot beat the Vengers on the Vengers game.
well, are we still playing? Are we playing non-scenario then at that point? Because
You
I
can
feel
play
like-
scenario. I'm going to hold the zones with the Bastions. And the How does that list kill the Paladins?
Can't Gristle just shoot them or something like that? No,
She doesn't have a magical gun.
Yeah.
She's got Arcane Bolt. Please feel free to try and kill
I'd
those
take
fucking...
that any day. That's true.
Or even if Mold gets to them. Under awe, their defense 15, he's got to hit 8s to hit against them.
You know what? Even if Mold wants to spend his time killing 2-point
Yeah.
solos, I'm okay with that.
Well, even if he could kill one Paladin a turn, I just kill Mold the next turn.
Yeah, he's within range of everything else.
Yeah, Avatar decides Mold needs to die, and it's over. It's like, you just need to position correctly. You cannot take the zone from me. Vengers can play in the
What
background
she
all day.
does for Vengers, I just feel like, oh, you know what? Actually, 12 inch, because she'll be able to give him 12-inch charges from the backfield. Or not 12-inch charges, I'm sorry, like, hell of a...
They have to deal with them, and there's
13.
no way that list
With
can
reach,
deal
15
with
inches.
flanking Cav.
It fits with.
And all I do is
models,
send
too.
one guy in, and
But
if you have to deal with him, like if I send him in by himself, like you have to deal with him, then I get Pathfinder. There's no way you can stop me from getting the other 4 guys in. And they charge from fucking forever away. What is it, 15-inch threat with Crusader's Call?
Yep.
I think they're a better reach deep unit than... I mean, admittedly, they're more expensive, but they also...
More than twice.
Right. But they're a lot harder to get off the table, because people... How many times do you go against a player that has no answer for high defense, and a high defense being 15? Can you kill 6 Nis Hunters?
Always.
They're the only target for high defense. Like, the reason I think it works with my Butcher list, when I've got a full unit of Chaosies and 2 units of Iron Fangs, is because Chaosies at least have stealth, so they're forcing you to have an out for stealth, and forcing you to have an out for high defense. And there's 11 of them for, it's 10 points, but, I think Daughters have a place. I just don't know that it's this list particularly.
Well, they can't have Pathfinder outside of Rupert's range.
Because the problem is they're getting there so much faster that you're paying a premium for something you don't need. Because
What's the premium?
they're AD speed 7, the rest of my army is speed 4 or speed 5.
Well, the speed 8 Cav's going to be pretty much down the Cav.
Daughters can go all the way around as well, but they're not going to get there as fast, and they're easier to pick.
Inside.
Right, it's easier to get rid of them at range. Like, all Gristle needs to do is walk 5, throw a 4-inch AoE at them, and 3 of them might die and they'll fucking break
And they
or
can't
something.
walk through it.
And she also does the thing that does a POW damage if you walk through it. Like, all she has to do is block the lane to your particular target and cast an hospitable ground, and you, walk 5 inches and die. Because spell called warders will still kill you eventually.
So daughters don't work.
I just don't think they particularly work in this list.
Do we have the book in?
Book is currently in.
Okay, press gangers with Tenant Priest.
God damn it. What? This is not no quarter, Jeremy.
No! I'm just saying. You still throw in Hawk.
The reason I like the Vengers is because they're a fast unit that still requires high POW attacks. And you're forcing them to spread. You're basically beating Meat Mountain at their own game. Not necessarily being better at them at it, but you're using the same advantage of skewing armor.
I don't hate press gators.
Press gangers, they're super cheap.
It's
And then
8
you throw
points
in
at that
Hawk.
point, but it gets you an AD unit, which is one thing I do like, because you're getting...
Do you need the
I like
attendant
getting
priest?
a unit.
What are they there
Crusader's
for
Call's
again?
not bad.
It's not, but
What
they're
are
just
they
going to
bringing?
run.
They're
They're an
bringing-
AD unit with RFP.
I understand, but what are they bringing that we need right now?
Weapon Masters.
Potential
They're only a
weapon
webmaster if you bring Hawk.
He's,
Right, but they can also be magical weapon because you have the priest.
With the priest, right?
and Pathfinder.
Yeah, but I mean, you're paying 2 points for that option.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
spells.
basically like a little mini Rupert in their unit. Yeah.
Yeah. Immune dispels, magic weapon, Pathfinder.
Well, so then again,
not
they have
bad.
Shanghai.
I like the idea of an AD unit, but they don't have to be in there. I mean,
Well, I think that goes back to what we was just saying a minute ago with the daughters outpacing everything else being speed set
You're-
with AD.
but
Why-
there's 6.
They also have gang.
Well, that 1 extra inch, but they still have
Well, it
GP.
just makes them not shitty
2
because they're like Mat 5.
Well, okay.
Like, all right. Then they're out in front of everything else, and I wonder if they're really doing a job up there.
They actually hit hard enough to kill things if there's Hawk there.
Against living models, yeah, they do.
They're power
But
11 weapon
but
masters.
at that point, you're paying 10 points for an 11-man unit in a solo.
12.
I mean,
12 total balls. I'm
Hey, you'd only be spending 10.
You know what I really enjoy? It doesn't matter because everything's fucking fearless. I hate terror, but TFG with the UA, I love it. I think it's wonderful.
I think TFG with UA is solid.
Well, just because, like,
You know what?
continuous
That
fire,
actually, if you wanted a screen unit, I think that would be one of
continuous
your better
fire,
options.
Iron Zeal, terror just in case. Being able to run fucking 12 inches and threaten 14 on a run. So
We'll
that
also
you just
set
terror
defense
something
plus
you do.
awe makes it really annoying to try and get through.
Yeah.
Because they'll end up being a 17-21.
Auto fire weapons. Auto fire weapons are amazing.
Well, you have the book as well, so.
Well, it's like that can
But
handle
it just allows the book to do other things. Like, the book can do no spells, and your front unit can be immune to knockdown and cause fire.
Yeah, it's like that's.
It's like the book did all
This
three.
unit has completely read the book. Like they brought it. I've gotten so much work out of TFG, and they're just awesome. Big ass CMAs when they want to.
There's a temple in Flame
So you got your temple in my flame guard.
Screw that, just go steelhead halberdiers.
I've seen Steelhead Halberdiers with the Attendant Priest. I'm like, why didn't you take, like, Temple Flame Guard? I'm just confused.
Because they had Steelhead Cav?
Nope.
I'm lost to them.
Yeah, I just did not understand it. He's like, well, they have Pathfinder. I'm like, who the fuck cares? Like, just buy Rupert. Like, it's the same point cost. And these guys do, like, auto fire and have terror, and, like, they both have set defense.
Better Matt.
I have not one game.
Well,
that
power
I've played
switch, you have
TFG
guided
that I
hand. Who
love
the fuck
them.
cares?
I know, but you still
If
get
you
Matt
own the
6
TFG
compared
and
to
you
5.
don't have the UA, just, I mean, I don't care what anybody says. Go buy it. It was the best $20 I ever spent. I just pulled it off the shelf, and every time I've played them since that, like,
Okay.
terror, fire, all the time.
It's definitely a good UA
It's
for 2
so
points.
good.
It might be one of the better UAs for 2 points.
I mean, for no reason. It's just stupid good.
Okay, so right now we have 2 units of Bastions, the Seneschal, the Book, and the Paladin boat. Let's talk about Battle Group. Do we want to take
How many
heavies?
points is that?
We're at 28 points still.
I don't want heavies, personally.
Really? I think some ranged power would be nice, because it allows you
I
to
like-
pick off the things you don't want to have to deal with.
I'm going to throw this out there. I've been saying this for a while now. The Reckoner's not a bad jack. I mean, despite what people say about it.
Oh my god.
But, well, the Reckoner saying your entire army gets +2 to hit's kind of nice.
Against a single model.
That model's the one that I wanted to die.
That fucking Judicator.
So, yeah, I mean, with Guided Hand, Blessed Halberds against a flared target, I mean, you might hit it.
There's a chance.
I mean, you're Mat
What's
7.
the average to hit at that point? Because you're effective Mat
I don't do
11. You're effective Mat 11 with boosted to hit,
Why are you Mat 11?
because your Cav charge.
Why do you keep
Flare.
wearing Cav? I'm talking about Bastions.
Oh, I was talking about the Avengers. Anyway.
They're tall in the saddle.
That they are.
That's true. They can see. They can see you while aiming.
That's true. It doesn't matter. Calling the saddles for charging.
Okay, so obviously you start with 2 Reckoners in the Avatar because you're a good player.
Well, okay. The question is, if you want to take Jax, I mean, the thing is, do you want something that's not just a Devout? It's either you just take your Devout.
That
and that's-
doesn't fit.
I think it exactly fits actually.
It does not.
16 plus 11, 27 plus 28.
Plus 28?
That's 5 over. That's 55 points. That's exactly right.
Math hard.
Fuck.
It's all right, Math.
She a +5?
Like I said, when it comes to numbers, I'm just
Yeah,
on
plus
L.
5.
Oh, yeah.
So
I always think
That
she's a
aside,
3 for some
I
reason.
think
she's a
that's
4.
not a good idea.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
So I
I
think
thought
really
the Avatar was taken.
the question is, do you want to take?
He's really not.
Lion sack of shit.
What are you talking about?
That's why I had him.
Why
in
would
list.
the Avatar be with Krios 1?
I don't know, but you told me
Didn't we go
he
over
was
that
taken.
right at the beginning?
I literally listed every character available to meet off the first time I did it.
Well, you're
Max, you're doing this thing where you're listening to what he says, and that's probably the biggest problem here.
Mistake 1.
Yeah, I just don't do that.
So, anyways,
I'm
we're
wearing
gonna add
toe shoes, and I'll tell
Avengers
you
and
right now,
something
it's a bad
else,
mistake.
and
Do
then
you-
it's
do you
good
guys-
against everything in the game, and boom,
Done.
podcast.
Like, what?
Okay.
All right.
Do we need a devout in this
This
list?
has been Jeremy.
Okay, how close are we to the enemy?
How close are we to the enemy?
Well, I'm saying, like, okay, shooting list.
Where's your-
Let's say we're playing against the shooting, because a Harbinger with a Devout, you have it in there just to get spell immune, shooting. I mean,
I think the devout, you need an argument to not take the devout.
that's what I'm looking for.
The only argument I would have is that I'm taking 2 heavies to put in front of her. If we're not taking
And
2
I'll tell you
heavies,
from
taking
personal
a
experience,
Devout
I've taken
and
3
an
heavies with her
Arc
and not put them in front of her.
I'm taking a devout and an arc node.
really? You
That's
think
actually, well, you know
devout
what? I'm not against that.
I want to take my heavy arc.
No,
You can-
you're
I
not,
have 2 of them.
you're not taking a Reguardianer.
You could crit pitch some things.
You own 2 Guardians?
Yes.
They were
They
good.
were
They were
field
par-
allowance 2.
Apparently, Mark 1, they were not shit.
What if you?
I have only
what if we
one
had
assembled.
the Dictor and shove that down somebody's throat.
I do like Indictors. They're like literally my
It's the
favorite. jet.
Indictor.
It's the Indictor.
You're terrible. Okay,
See,
so,
in-
There's a C in it. The
you all should be indicted.
Indictor.
So, question: seriously, are we taking the? Because I like the Arc Node Devout idea. I do. 6
I
points.
think a devout is a strong argument. I'm going to go ahead and throw in a devout. We're going to pencil that shit in.
fucking arc node, bro.
Well, you need an arc node for. Just walk up there and cast the fucking spell.
if you take the Hierophant, it's 12 inches.
That's true. Range 12. That's like farther than her martyr range.
Wow.
Math.
I'm good at that.
You don't need an arc node, you honestly don't.
You probably don't, but I would still like it.
That saves points to get 2 more Reckoners.
Yes.
So do we want...
If you're adding a Reckoner, it better
I don't
be
feel like
a
you need a
Reckoner.
Reckoner. I don't feel like we need a Reckoner.
What do you
I-
feel like you need?
I don't know, but I...
Okay, so what can our list deal with right now? Does it deal with infantry well? I think we outlast a lot of infantry lists. The exception would be obviously Krix. Krix is not going to be happy with this list. Like,
But did we decide that the other Kraus, the Kraus list...
Krios list is a fine Krix
Are
drop,
we
so
doing enough
that's okay.
attacks for infantry?
that's what I'm saying. That our current list is not good at that.
This list
yeah,
is
two
supposed to crack
bastions.
armor, though.
Yeah, this is supposed to be our armor skew / bruiser lists, where like we can push into people and say, like, can you deal with this armor? And hopefully the answer is no. And then if they
This
present
isn't
us
really
with that
armor,
similar
it's more
question,
like, can you deal with this many boxes?
true. It's like a multi
Because you're rocking Bastion.
How many points do we have remaining?
We're at 28.
we're
Where
at
you added
33
Devout,
after
so
the
33.
Devout. So I'm going to throw in the Vengers.
Which takes you to 44.
God.
Now, could we drop the book for Gravis? Because
I like it. That's exactly what we were talking about earlier, actually. That
Gets
goes
you
with that.
more work, and they're all...
3 points more, but he's a
exemplars, right?
son of a bitch.
Okay, what in our
Yeah.
list... Okay, let's... Okay, I love
Especially
the
when he
book.
starts getting souls.
You know how much I want to blow the book. Okay, I love the book. But, seriously? Vilmon can't be knocked down. Paladin can't be knocked down. Paladin can't be knocked down. Okay, fucking Harbinger can't be knocked down.
It comes down to spells, though, and Harbinger can't be targeted by spells, but there's still a lot of stuff like it's not going to stop Butcher 3. You need the book for Butcher 3. Are we worried about Butcher 3 with this list? Because I'm pretty sure Krios just kills Butcher 3.
I think that we already saw. Yeah, I think that's solid. So this is not our Butcher 3 drop, but
Okay.
this is... Gravis is a better choice.
Okay, so Gravis.
Does-
I was just on the Menoth page like not too long ago on Facebook, and there was this
Spending
huge thread
3
about whether or
points
not
to get a
Gravis
model
was
that
worthwhile.
does work.
Like, well, Gravis, and you're going to keep him alive with her, and he's going to be just another, like, hey, deliver
He's one of
Avengers,
those models
be a
that
badass.
once he gets stuck in the fight,
Well, you can
It's
load him
just-
up with souls and just choose to keep
Yeah.
murdering him, and the next turn he's going to murder a face.
he doesn't have like Ghost Shield or anything, right? He doesn't get anything
Nope.
for the souls other than offense.
Just offense.
He's such a pain in the ass.
He
He's
goes
a
to power like
dragoon.
19,
He's a
right?
dragoon too, so he's so hard to remove.
So, I mean, that pretty much makes... Our Devout can be knocked
He
out.
has a chain weapon with Dispel.
I know.
Yep.
Stupid
Jesus.
good. Matt 8.
Does
Okay.
He's Cav.
If your devout gets knocked down, it's still in base with you.
Not anymore, because I moved to base and then she walked away.
Okay, so we're at 47 points.
I want my full 2 inches so much.
Okay, do we want to throw in
Corbo?
Corbeau to put next to Grievous? Make him Command 10.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What?
Jeremy just wants something, okay? You let him have something.
8 points left. We've got a Devout, Seneschal, 2 Paladins, Vilman, Gravis, full Vengers, 2 full units of Bastions.
We
that-
only have 8 points.
You know what 8 points fits in?
Ooh, a Reckoner, we could do that.
I think he's thinking something else.
Zealots with UA.
Can we not do that?
Oh my god, that's so
You know what?
dudes.
Actually, here, wait. Pull that back. To
I think at that
What
point,
does that do? The zealots can kill lots of dudes.
let's try and find these 2 pods here. Okay, let's find a 3 and let's find a 5.
How about
Because
the,
I'm almost thinking about that the second seneschal.
actually, I was going to bring up the fact that basically at this point, we need to talk about what our list does and does not do, and what we might need it to
It
do.
doesn't shoot.
It does not shoot, and it does not deal with high defense super well. It's got guided hand, so it will eventually kill it, but it doesn't have any way to remove it at a distance. So do we want to add in range, or do we want to keep with our current theme and skew it harder?
I think we should skew it harder.
Skew it harder? Okay.
Yeah, let's.
So do we add in
say Crick's
solos?
harder. Max said Crick's harder.
Do we add
I'm
in
thinking
solos?
2 exemplar seneschals.
Or do we add in a unit?
I have gotten a ton of work out of the exemplar seneschal, knight exemplar seneschal, and Gravis. Just putting him. I know that they can kill him. It's not impossible to kill him at all, but disabled, but still standing there, able to make free strikes, standing there in your line.
No, with
knocked
Gravis,
down.
they're really good.
Yeah, it's like he's for 3 points.
Another option as well is a Legion of the Order of the Fist, the monk guy.
Stop it.
Def 17.
No, seriously, defense 17 plus awe plus martyr makes that guy fucking annoying to kill.
It's a zone holder. He's speed 7.
I've
so he
never
gets
seen
places.
him on the table in
No,
a game.
he's with Harbinger, he's straight nightmare to kill, especially when he's behind bastions. You're like, because after the bastions go and get tied in, he goes in and like just clears out.
Can we
some
hold
guys.
those 2 points over until we're almost done? Because I feel like there almost
Okay.
has to be a better way to put it.
Nicaea.
That's 3 points.
No, I agree. She's 3 points.
Okay.
Is she annoying as crap in Harbinger? Because she's a defense 16 mile with stealth and armor 13 with 5 boxes that can be martyred.
Speed a ton.
Speed a bunch.
How many
Sprint,
jacks do we have?
Acrobatics.
dual strike. We have a devout. We have exactly a devout.
Do we have something to hit out Pathfinder yet?
No.
Okay, that's a question.
Rupert.
So we can throw
Can we
in
do
Rupert.
Saxon instead?
We can. Do you want Rupert somewhere else?
Well, the reason I want Saxon is because Saxon can do, hey, Nicaea, hey, Saxon Seneschal, hey, Harbinger, you all get Pathfinder, whereas Rupert can't pick a model. And is Tough going to give us as
What are
much
we talking about?
Saxon Auric?
Oh.
Well, because my thought, I've,
He's also 2 points.
yeah, they're both 2 points. And he has a gun, which I mean, meh, but it's something.
He's stealth too.
I feel like that he, as a model, is a little bit more viable if you have single models that can do damage. Hey,
He's also got removed from play.
Vilmon, you get Pathfinder now.
So if I throw in 2 Knight
So why don't you
Exemplar
take both?
Seneschals,
What if you
we
did
have
both?
exactly 2 points left.
And does that include Saxon?
No.
And let's put Saxon in. We need Pathfinder in this list.
I don't disagree that we need Pathfinder. Is
don't
Rupert
you
that
take
much of a
both?
worse choice?
I wouldn't say he's a worse choice, but what is Rupert
But
going to give us?
Saxon can do both, and if you don't need the Tough. Although Tough is super good if they're gonna.
Tough can be super good, but you have.
But you don't have a
Bastions.
target. Well, you don't
Toughing
have
a
a target.
bastion makes babies cry.
You know what? That's great and all, but I can martyr him if necessary. He can survive if necessary. This is not. Think about the fact that you're spending a buff on
What if
series of units.
What if
I
one of
think
my
Tough is
5
more
fearless
important.
units breaks?
I think Tough is more important on like
They're not gonna break.
an errant unit that
I
you're
agree.
martyring.
Hold on, I'm going down the list.
I don't think Tough on
Literally everything in this
5
army is
units.
fearless. So, Saxon?
Like I said, Saxon also can do work.
I think we should throw in the
Take down.
battle engine.
That would put us
We
at
don't have that, points.
That's a little bit
63
over there,
points.
Brandon.
A little over.
63 total.
But it's fine as long as your opponent doesn't notice, right?
Yeah, as long as he has a good time.
Set it on the table. Act like it's terrain.
I feel like Rupert's still a better choice, solely based on the fact that sometimes you don't need Pathfinder. And the Avengers have battle driven.
Sometimes you don't need Pathfinder and you have a military rifle.
I'm not saying that's
Sometimes
not
you don't
wrong.
need Pathfinder, and he
I'm just
can
saying.
inflict pain. RFP. I understand what he does.
Oh, Dirge's
He's
Miss.
also-
Dirge's Miss.
We're not defense skewing in any way.
We're not, but Defense 13 is better than 12. Terror. Cause terror.
I'm
Are
sorry.
there,
The list that we're
are there
playing
Flame
against.
Guard in here?
No.
I didn't think so.
The list that we're playing against. Do we need that?
If we had Flame Guard, I would say Rupert for sure.
I agree.
We don't have a spam unit we have a lot of dudes in that Tough means a whole lot to me on. Saxon probably is fine.
Well, and really
Although personally, I just play both. And then
The way Bastions are
Pathfinder's
supposed to die.
plenty.
The way Bastions are supposed to die. I mean, under the way that you're playing
mean-
them, it's like, okay, that one that you killed, or that one that I'm martyring to, or that one, I'm gonna go ahead and make a tough roll for him. So the one tough roll
That's
turn.
why you just take one. And
But you
like,
can intentionally focus all the damage to one guy to maximize your tough checks. And then just mark him when he fails. And he's not knocked down because of Gravis. And then next turn, you're just like, I heal 1. He's got
List
6.
the solos.
I took 6 damage.
List the solos.
Okay. 2 paladins, Saxon Auric,
Vilmon.
2 Knight Exemplar Seneschals, Gravis, and I believe that's it.
We already got Gravis in here, which I hate to invest points for Gravis, but Gravis with Pathfinder is a thing. Knight Exemplar Seneschal with Pathfinder is a thing.
You're saying which solos we can give Pathfinder
yeah,
to?
well, these are things that we can give Pathfinder to with him that we can't give him to with Rupert.
Right. I'm just saying, is it worth that,
Yes.
1 in 3 chance that you don't need Pathfinder?
Imagine the enemy looks across the table at your army and says, okay, well, all I gotta do is keep myself across this wall here, and the Avengers can get to me if I damage them.
No, you still have access to Pathfinder. It's just only on a unit, not on a solo. And I feel like the times you'll choose to Pathfinder a solo versus the entire unit is going to be less than often.
I agree, but I also feel like the time.
Why don't you just spend 4 points on Pathfinder?
Because then we have a single point left.
Well, you know what you could do with a single point.
Buy Rex.
I actually think the list is pretty solid as is.
So you're just going to play 3 points down?
No, we're full right now. I
I
picked up 2 Knight Exemplar Seneschals and Saxon to fill out the last 8 points.
I don't think you
It's
need
such a
both of
legit
them.
list. I think 2 of them. I mean,
2 of them is way better than 1.
if you wanted to make something else happen, that'd be awesome. But wait, actually, I'm kind of curious. I have to look that up. Now, 90% Seneschal, his ability triggering on healing.
What's your question?
My question about him is whether or not he restoration will limit destroyed by an enemy attack.
What's your question?
Well, I'm wondering about whether or not if you shit no, because you're not going to kill your own chick. They're a bond or brotherhood, not bond or fucking.
Sanguine Bond.
There you go.
No, that does not count.
So that won't keep.
No.
So
You can't intentionally kill one and then martyr it and then get your guy a hit point as well.
yeah,
Nope.
has to be by enemy attacks. That's what you got to keep track.
That's the one downside is there's no fodder in this list, but that's kind of a good thing too.
That's okay. Fuck.
Everything in this is annoying as shit to kill on top before martyring. We literally put every annoying thing in a list.
That's so solid, though. I love it.
No, I mean, I don't know how you kill this
second,
near fast enough.
Before we get done with this, I actually want to save this fucking list because I'm going to play this.
I'm saving it right now.
Okay, so for listener's sake, I'm going to go down the list and say listener's sake what?
It is Harbinger of Menoth
I'm
with a
looking
single
here.
Devout as the battle group, a Bastion Exemplar Seneschal, 2 Paladins of the Order of the Wall, High Paladin Darton Vilman, Exemplar Gravis, 2 Knight Exemplar Seneschals, Saxon Auric, 2 full units of Bastions, and 1 full unit of Avengers. I don't even think I need to buy anything. I think I own all this stuff.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I own all this stuff.
The real bonus to Saxon is he is advanced deploy, so is that he clears out your
Yeah.
deployment line.
God, we so brutal on the deployment line.
Okay.
That's why I wanted something that was AD. I kind of did, but there's nothing.
Well, you can put the
Errands
Avengers.
just don't really fit in the list.
I think
That would be the AD unit that maybe you would put in, but it just isn't.
I feel like if there was any other unit we're going to put in, it could be Errands. And you want to stick to Exemplars because of Gravis versus the book. That would also make you want to take Rupert as well.
Why?
Because tough is valuable in Errands.
Tough is valuable on a 10-man unit.
Yes.
That's why I didn't think Rupert was
Well,
super
self-sacrifice,
important.
tough martyrdom, that's such a line of defense. For
So
people to
yeah,
go through.
if we dropped the one of the Seneschals, that would also give us more Pathfinder. That's actually a strong argument. If we drop Avengers and one of the Knight Exemplar Seneschals, we'd end up with 2 points and we could have full Errants with Seneschal.
Can't you buy their solo for 2 points?
That's with the Seneschal.
That's 12 points.
I still have 2 points after buying the full unit
Well, you
and
take
UA
Rupert.
and solo. And then we'd have, then you
Okay.
have 2 sources of, no, you
That's
take
not
Rupert,
bad.
but do you keep Saxon still?
I don't think it's a bad
Slow down,
idea to
slow
have
down, slow down,
that
slow
much
down. Okay.
Pathfinder.
You take out Avengers,
Avengers and one of the Knight Exemplar Seneschals.
that gives you 14 points floating, okay?
Right. You spend 12 of that on full errant mode.
Okay.
You got 2 points left. And you can pick up Rupert.
Do you have Rupert and Saxon?
Then at that point you would have Rupert and Saxon. I would
Bad,
argue
but I don't know that you need that
Right.
4 points of support.
I
But
would
there's not
argue-
a lot of support in the list, so it's not like it's
Right.
bloating.
I would argue you drop Saxon for a Hierophant. Because you're
Yeah.
gonna be martyring a lot.
Yeah, probably.
That would solve your deployment zone issue of not being able to fit all your models on the fucking deployment
I'm
line.
missing 7 points in this list. Harbinger, Devout, Knight Exemplar Seneschal, Knight Exemplar Seneschal, Example.
It also
The
gives
Paladins?
it also gives you such a huge volume of attack boosts with the errants.
It solves a
Well,
lot of
errants,
issues.
I mean, it's just every time you want to make an argument to add errants to a list, anything you take out is worthwhile. I think that's 99% of lists. I think.
Well, I think the Avengers are a valuable asset because they're because with guided hand they don't miss impact attacks hardly ever, which allows them to just punch straight through a unit. What?
As somebody who owns 2 full units of Avengers,
I own 2 full units of Avengers.
Yeah.
They're in plastic.
yeah, my Avengers are fully put together, and they're gorgeous, and I love them. Finding any list where I can utilize Avengers is something I want to do as a Menoth player.
That's
so.
fine.
I mean, it's like any list where we can do it. Yeah, Errants have a place in here, but I do love Avengers in this fucking list.
The other strong argument to Avengers is they can block line of sight to Harbinger. And you declare, I will die before this Avenger does.
Yeah.
I personally think we
I
stick
love
with
this list.
Avengers over the Errants. And
I think the
like
Avengers
we were
fit the
talking.
theme way better. Errants solve different issues.
But I don't think it's the issues you need to solve.
Wait a second.
The biggest problem is like things
Something just occurred to me.
that hate against Scar or like any super hard I'm going to kill all the dudes list is kind of annoying against this list. But they have to be able to break armor at the same time.
Well, I was thinking, where does Gravis
But you're not
go?
planning on playing against
You're
Scar.
going to play Krios against her.
Right.
Figure out where Gravis would go if you were doing the whole thing where you're talking about like just Hail Mary and sending the fucking Avengers all the way down.
Well,
the right.
I mean, the odds of them getting knocked down is pretty low. You just spread them out.
Yeah, it's whatever. And if
Who's going to knock down 5 individual Cav models?
fuck
Like, it's
them,
not
let
going to
them do
happen.
it. Who cares? If
And-
you're focusing shit over there,
Yeah.
go enjoy
And when they're doing that, they're probably going to cause damage to one of them, and then you're just going to rape them.
Things that can knock things down are super high value and usually cost like as many points
it's
to
fine.
knock down one of those.
You want
models.
Gravis will be escorting the fucking Bastion.
The Earthbreaker turns and shoots a single Venture. I think you win.
Do we have another large base in this that could potentially stand there with her? No.
No.
No, it's literally the Avengers.
Because you'd have Gravis
yeah.
Harbinger right behind her and just... It's like that. I
You
mean,
just-
yeah, you can still get line of sight on her from over there or over there, but up there, no, fuck you. Mm-hmm. And she's still downtown.
You can also just leave one Venture way out of command. Just run him for the first turn to where you know Harbinger's going to be standing, and put Gravis beside him, and just leave him out of command, never move him again.
Yeah, it's
And then when those 4 die, you have a single Venture again.
ha! Charge!
Suck it, charge! You're like, what? They forgot they thought he was a statue.
Paint that one look.
Or choose the side of the board with a convenient forest.
Yeah. Or, like, just put her behind a wall. Most people can't kill her behind a wall.
She's so good. Well, I mean, if you really, really need to for some reason, like this is ever going to happen, destroy your fucking Devout and stand in its ass.
Also, any scenario where there's an objective, just put Gravis in base with the objective and put her behind.
Boom. And she's like...
I'd play list.
You'd play list.
I also like Lamp.
I like
saving
play
this.
game. I roll
I like
dice.
this list. Well, the thing is, it lets me play with. I'm telling you, and I'm telling you from a fun point, because this is a game. But from a point of view, this is a lot of shit that I want to put on the table. This shit that I want to play with.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you anything. Yes, Saxon versus Rupert. It's horrifying whenever tough rolls aren't going your way, and you're like, "Why the fuck?"
Oh,
is
no,
Rupert
I
here?
understand. I played...
Like, why is Rupert here?
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
I play Joe. I get so frustrated when my defense 17 rearguard make toughs and fall down. It's so frustrating.
I hate you. And when you get to live the dream of the Harbinger and charge somebody and make all those attacks.
Is Max dead?
And then remember that Harbinger doesn't have Pathfinder and you cheated.
Yeah.
No, I'm just scared that we have to go through all the lists now.
I don't think we're going to do that. Because clearly they're all good matchups.
I think we abandoned that.
Let me see that.
4
What is that?
episodes ago.
This is the list of matchups
It's all
that
the
we
casters we
usually talk
go through. It takes literally a fucking hour.
about. Yeah, it's a little long. I need to cut a lot of it out.
The
So instead
main
of
thing
list
is,
problems.
will this do well against LeConte?
It would do a lot better than normal lists, I think.
It won't do good against the feet term, but everything else will do good against.
Will it do better than the Krios?
Oh, yeah. God.
Okay.
Fucking Krios. That was an auto loss if there's ever one written down. That's like
That'd be
Veil
so
2,
annoying. I
or
would
sorry,
not
Little
want it.
2 versus LeConte. It's like game over.
Yeah.
It's like,
God,
can we
that-
shake hands now so I can go get a sandwich before round 3?
What would this do against that? This is so. I mean,
All right, so Haley 2 versus this Harbinger.
Tie.
I think it's a strong list. It's definitely a gimmick style of Harbinger, which isn't played a lot right now. I'd like to see it.
Neither is Menoth.
I'm gonna play this. I'm playing this week.
Nice.
I'm probably gonna put this down Sunday and Monday.
I'm gonna net deck the fuck out of you.
We've never played.
Oh wait, I'm just gonna play Crix. I
I'm
think
okay
I've
with it.
already net decked it.
Yep,
Okay.
good job.
Could you tell me what list you're gonna play and everything you're gonna do every turn?
Yes.
Would it help?
I don't know. I'm just gonna martyr him down to fucking 6, and then he's gonna shoot me with a fucking stupid turtle.
I hope you die to a fucking pistol wraith.
God.
And you have 2 devouts and you just forget to shield guard.
I really hate like when I see a game where it's going like a really solid game, and then like one player
Like,
for
just
some
doesn't
reason,
understand what's happening.
Like one player's still like, oh, a pistol wraith takes you out. I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess that happened. Really glad you brought
Well,
the
you
2
know, if
points
you
so
let
low.
it take bodies,
3 points. Hey, it's 3
got
points.
boostable hand cannon.
No, it's not, is it?
Pistol wraith 3 points.
Look that up.
It's 3 points.
I don't believe this at all.
I don't need to look that
Are you
up.
saying it's too little or
I think it's
too many?
I think it's 2 points.
It's 3 points.
I wish they were 2 points. They'd be in every fucking list if they
Why
were 2
aren't
points.
they in every fucking list? They're stupid good.
Because they
3.
cost 6 points to take 2.
It's stupid good.
And 6 points is like a minion of blood hags and a fucking...
A minion of blood hags. I wish I had those.
The big question is though, what does Fear of God go on?
Does it matter?
You know what? Put it on Mulg. I think that's
Good choice.
going to stop
You are
him.
technically allowed to cast it on
That's
Mulg.
going to stop him completely. I mean, he has no way to deal with that. Typically, how you lose to Mulg is there's a clear pathway between your caster and Mulg, and he just charges you.
Here's the problem. Runes of War just purifies that off.
Oh, damn.
And Brandon, you didn't have Striker.
Kenny
2 on
Runebreaker?
there.
I
Do
didn't.
that as well.
Oh.
Striker is like the best caster in the entire world, and he's
Striker
so much
2?
better than Magnus.
Yeah.
Jeremy's so mad.
Striker for life.
He's so mad.
I want.
Why are there 3 Strikers?
You know, the best thing is that Striker 3 is better with all your mercenary stuff than Magnus is with all your mercenary stuff.
Magnus is going to be riding a
That's not
robotic
true.
horse,
It
and he's
is
going to
true.
hate everybody. It's going to be great.
Wait, which one has an arm-piercing attack? That's right, Magnus.
That's true.
Hey, so
Whoever, if the question was who gets more soul, then it's definitely.
what was the spoiler
Not the
on
ginger.
that new code on that new Codor Jack? What was it
Oh, he's like reach, chain activation, chain weapon, berserk, POW 24, Mat 9.
That's because it's a two-handed
Overtake.
weapon, right?
Yeah,
so he
it's
gets
two-handed
double
weapon.
strength
He gets
plus
double.
3.
He gets double strength plus double POW of the weapon. It's POW 8
double
weapon.
POW?
So it's POW 40.
Wow. That's not bad.
See,
Is
now
it-
you're just being crazy.
is it
PS
also
24 is
decap?
enough.
Yeah, it also has decap and armor pierce.
PS 24
Well,
is
because
more
he's
than
base
enough.
strength, what, 90?
No, it's 20 and then it's POW 8 weapon. So
I mean,
POW 40.
Okay, legitly, 24 is too
It
much.
doubles. It's twice the strength and twice the power of the weapon for a two-handed weapon.
So how would it only be 40?
Because it's 12 plus 8 doubled.
So that's what
You
armor
said
piercing.
20, I thought.
No, I said 40.
Brandon, armor piercing?
No,
And,
I'm
decap.
assuming.
And decap.
And decap.
I didn't know
yeah,
you were adding to both together. I thought you were saying strength 20.
Arcane
no.
Oh,
Assassin.
and models are automatically knocked down, right?
No, he auto hits and auto kills.
I thought I had the
And RFPs without rolling.
it had the wall rat
Consume.
thing.
was
And
every-
consume.
Yeah, he has
Right.
consume and
No,
guided.
sorry, it's crit consume.
It's the
right.
wall
No,
rat
it
thing.
is-
No, it's not going too far.
Consume.
It's
You don't want to go too
No,
far.
he doesn't have overtake. That's what
Oh, okay.
he has place on
He has a
table.
killing spree.
Yeah, place.
On table.
Chain attack place.
No, it's just place.
Killing spree.
Is it placed with...
During this model's activation, place it anywhere, usable any number of times per turn.
It's a special version of killing spree.
Immediately after making an
where
attack,
it gets to
place it.
shadow step.
and it's the
every
first
single
jack with
time
its
he
own
kills
feet,
them all.
right?
Yeah, it has the feat gain all of your focus, which is any number of tokens
It's
you
shadow,
own.
it's shadow step on,
Yeah.
on hit.
It's shadow play, but you get to pick the model he hit.
You heard it here first. L2 Wargame. Caught our new Warjack.
Hey, David
Yes.
Carl did confirm that the
409.
next Cato Warjack will cost either more than or less than 5 points. But not 5 points. Either more than or less than.
You know, I think that may have been more balanced.
Oh, and he confirmed it was a heavy.
He did confirm it was also a heavy. And red. He said it was red. And then Jeremy Shea asked, what if it's the gray color scheme? He said, it's red.
This is why I don't trust any of these people in their fucking reviews.
Well, I think this is good enough.
Nah, no, we need to keep going. We need to soldier on.
All right, so. I love it so much.
What happened?
You just showed me something.
Okay.
So, okay.
This is great podcasting, by the way.
Yeah, we're looking at things now. We're in that section where we're just
Wow.
looking at our phones.
All right.
Where is this? I have something I want to share.
So I'm going to play Menoth for a little bit now and see how that goes. They're probably just as bad as Kador, and I'm going to hate it.
I think they're almost exactly like Kador, and you will hate it.
Okay. Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Yeah.
This has been Brandon.
Axe.
Thank you for joining us. This is Spence.
Oh, my God. This has been Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy's here too. He's right there.
Goodbye.
We're saying goodbye now then.
Yes,
Just
we
leave
always
us.
say goodbye.
All right, and I suppose this is it.
Thank you for listening to Learn to Wargame. You can find us online at l2wg.com, Facebook, twitch.tv, YouTube, or Google+, and most importantly, l2wg.com for all of our content.
Or my headphones are. Ow! That was loud.
You're welcome then.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to go ahead and go with this.
All right,
I flat out
Brandon.
don't
I
know.
have an idea for a tournament.
You flat out don't
It's
give a
called
fuck?
Have Hanger Will Travel.
Alright. So, we're gonna add...
It's all the worst casters.
Is it the Roadhog?
I have a feeling this is
Or the-
an abortion.
Yep, it is the Roadhog. Boosh! Alright. So now, she has the ability to get a lot of work done because she's got 10 focus.
Are we gonna
And
talk
she
about
is
this
speed 6. Does she have reach? Fuck, why does she have reach?
Because she's a little girl.
Baby arms.
Fuck, why can't I add a fucking...
She's floating.
Why can't I add elasticity? Jesus Christ.
I think you can do that
Take
happen.
wrong eye as well.
No, you can't. That was going to be my first thing in the list.
Faction, I'm not sure.
9 points. Wrong eye snapjaw.
And then 8 points for Swamp Horn.
Avatar of Menoth.
17 points for Rorsch and Brine and a Roadhog. And you give anyone reach and sprint, but not at the same time.
I think you take Blessing of Vengeance so you can arc Cataclysms left and right for POW 1s.
Cats for all.
Dude, what? Oh yeah, because it's half rounded up.
That's important.
So
Kind of.
if you get 20 inches away,
This is a big deal?
you can arc Cataclysm and do
He's saying
POW
this is a
1s.
big deal.
I don't even know what the hell it is.
She needs 4 Vigilance, a Repenter, and a Redeemer. And I'm really short on points now. In fact, that's exactly it. Good game, guys.
Did you make the best list ever?
I have a Redeemer, a Repenter, and 4 Vigilance.
No
choir.
devout.
No choir.
All about that base.
Oh yeah, and Avatar. And Rorsch and Brine with a Roadhog. That's like, she's got 10 focus. She can run this, and Avatar can run itself. And
You okay
Rorsch
there,
and Brine with the Roadhog. Epic. Wait. How does this spell
Yeah,
read?
do you need more cocktail there, Brandon?
Actually,
Or is it just more coffee?
Fear of God.
Like a whole bag. Just all
Do you have the fear?
There's not enough bags. Are we recording?
Yes.
Awesome.
So we'll delete a couple of these, because I don't even know what a Vigilant is.
It's fucking awesome.
It fit my point slot, so I took it. God damn it.
That wasn't my idea.
It was 2 units, acquire or vigilant. I had no choice.
Fuck yes! Minimum choir
Or like
win.
2 vassals. Nope, 2 units, choir.
Why
You-
doesn't she play with 2 Judicators? I mean, that's really what the question is.
I want to know if you've ever seen a list where she didn't play with 2 Judicators. It's the only way with Harvey.
Yes.
I've seen you play it. There's clearly a way.
That's how you balance her against minions.
I think it's 2 Judicators and Avatars
Are we
her
going to do
list,
this
right?
again? Is this just so I can learn how to play her effectively? Because I mean, if you continue this from our last conversation, how bad I am with the fucking Harbinger, I
And then
should
you
not
take,
be involved.
then you
in this
take 2
conversation.
Vassals and Min Choir, and you're good to go.
Well, it's not that your list was bad.
And the only
your
thing-
execution was awful.
the only thing that doesn't have Pathfinder is fucking Avatar, because it's a piece of shit.
That's true. So let's drop him. We take Gaston. What Merc Jack has Pathfinder? A galleon. So we take a galleon.
The points are skewed at all.
I feel like she needs a Hierophant so she can Cataclysm for 3.
All right. That's correct.
Why would you not take?
Well, actually,
It's
you
only
usually
2
do
points.
because he heals her D3.
Well, I don't give a fuck about healing her. Alright, I'll take that. I want
playing a
I
weird
want
fuck.
to come
I don't
out
know
of
if this
this
makes any sense.
the worst Harbinger list possible.
Just look to mercenaries.
On it.
So
We can't all make the worst Harbinger list
because all the people that are gonna
To be fair, mine starts off with Sevi.
all the people that are gonna listen to because all
Mine
this,
starts with High Reclaimer.
I didn't know we were getting crazy and doing 2 casters.
Nope. Just saying that's how bad.
You start dojoing lists all right now. So in Siege activation, you're like, whoa, what? Like, we're making a Harbinger list. So yeah, so Siege is her friend in this alternate universe. Like,
There's
Hang out.
the devout.
All I'm saying is
right?
she's a coal hauler. Okay, she's a little white girl.
she's a coal hauler? I've never heard that before.
My mom's really racist. I know all these. How about Knight Rider? Is that better?
Are you taking it back?
She's a Knight Rider.
The key is that you take it back. That's
I'm
the
bringing
key.
sexy back.
You can literally say whatever you want as long as it's followed by the phrase, it's okay, I'm taking it back.
I'm taking that back.
All right. Do we have a second list in mind that I can't use models for?
Yes. Cannot use Avatar, Vilman, Rovan and Co.
Fuck, I already
Blessing
have
of-
Avatar in my goddamn list.
Why would you not
Blessing
take
of Vengeance, or there's another one. Rupert,
a mule,
the book,
a mule,
or Orin, Eris,
a mule,
1 or 2.
a mule.
Gorman, Anastasia Debray, Tarandela Ravisi.
Are you just listing everything?
I'm playing her in
I'm
tier.
going to be honest, most of those actually are taken.
First mate Hawk.
No, that's available.
Oh, okay.
No, just play the pirate boat. You're good. That's the best thing about the pirate boat. It takes up different characters.
I'm playing her in
I'd
tier.
have to go out and get the list, but whatever.
In theory,
Maybe it's online.
In theory, you play daughters
No,
all game.
in theory, Tristan is used. Eris 1 is used. Gorman.
They have acrobatics and no Pathfinder. What whores?
So
What the fuck is that?
okay, guys.
Is there a model that has both?
Yes,
Yes.
Narn.
I mean, like a good model.
I don't know. 2 POW, 11 Weapon Master attacks as an Arcane Assassin. It's pretty bad with Sprint.
Yeah.
What's his
why
mat though? Is it
Yeah,
like
spray.
4? Oh. All right, so guys, characters that are used: Tristan Durant, Eris 1, Gorman, Rupert, Tarandela
He's naming
Ravisi,
all
the
of them
book,
right now.
and Iona and Holt.
Visgoth and
I'm saying
Rovan.
no.
Actually, somehow no, but they should be.
What? I thought they were in your Krios list.
I think we dropped them for Iona and Holt. Yeah, this is bad. We need to remake this.
I really wish I had more nachos.
Why is I'm dropping the book? Why the fuck is the book or Rupert in here?
I keep that's myself right now. Like I have a 2 point. Like the fucking books here.
All right, yeah, we're changing that. So Rovan and Co is gone, but the book and Orin is available.
So 2 Vessels of Judgment. God, those are so good. Why don't people play them?
I use them all.
Because they're too good and they feel bad for their opponents.
I made my vessel of judgment out of this silly string.
Just Doc Killingsworth, give everybody 4+.
Just friendly privateers.
Oh, privateer specifically?
Yes.
So she has fire for effect, so we can take 2 Sunburst Breakers.
Okay, only ones that have tough.
She doesn't have fire perfects.
He doesn't.
This is
give,
news to me, Spence. You cheater.
what? He doesn't give them tough. I cheat. I just,
Okay, I filled up this glass thinking this would make me through the podcast. I feel like a drunk now.
All right.
you thought that little
How many
glass would
units?
take
You
for
can only
anything?
take
I
one.
already had 2 glasses.
Does her tier list allow more units of Avengers?
No.
Fuck.
Just epic Kraos.
It's like Krios 2 and like 71.
Kraos.
What
2
about
and Kraos
the
1.
new one? Did that have more units of Avengers in it?
Kraos? No. Okay, no. I'm telling you what's in it.
I hear
What?
something. What?
Kraos
Jeremy,
3
do you
and
get?
Kraos 1.
Can you get more units of Avengers in her new tier list?
No. She doesn't have a new tier list.
Sure.
She doesn't have a new tier list.
I'm gonna go ahead and add it.
Just in case. Hey, Jeremy, did I say thank you, by the way? This shit's badass. When I put them on the table...
I didn't know. You know what? I didn't know Xerxes was out, or I probably would have had you order him.
Oh, shit, that's a good idea.
Yeah, he just came out on Tuesday.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh.
Because he mentioned if I wanted the Keltari, and I was like, not really. At least I don't have any ideas or designs on playing
I just, in my mind...
infantry spam at the moment,
I want to put
so
them with Xerxes 1. I want to.
they're probably good with Defender's Word.
Yeah.
They're probably good with Iron Flesh with that other guy, too.
Naresh is just terrible. I can't find a reason to use that motherfucker.
He's not that
I guess,
bad.
you know what?
If he had reach or something, he might be an okay super solo.
But the problem... Oh my fucking god! I didn't see that shit coming at all. What the fuck?
You just got thundered.
Bring in the thunder.
Dog, I licked my fucking arm and I jumped like a motherfucker. What the fuck is that?
It's a wolf. It's gonna kill you. Come on. Thunder, come on.
Do Avengers have Pathfinder?
No, not unless they get damaged. You can take Saxon and fucking Rupert, okay? And Vindictus. Vindictus makes
True
him
Path
good.
is awesome.
Vindictus makes him awesome.
True Path is awesome.
Defender's Sword, True Path, move on.
God, do these guys even is there a D-cell caster in your faction?
No.
No. Damn.
There's not even a deflection caster. There's a defender's ward caster.
There's
multiple of those.
4 or 5. It's like the Iron Flesh of Menoth.
2 of them? Wait, 2? 3?
I think
Kraus
there's
1,
3.
Severius, and Vindictus.
Does her tier list allow 6 units of Temple Flame Guard?
No, yes.
Fiora's does.
Wait, doesn't Harby's does, isn't it?
Of TFG,
They're
I don't
allowed,
think so.
but they don't. She doesn't give them like extra UAs or anything.
Yeah, there's just FA3.
Motherfucker.
I do like my Harbinger tier 4 list, know how good it is. It's more of a question list than an answer list.
I'm just trying to put something on the fucking table that I really want to see move. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but fuck, I don't know. Yeah, that's one you told me about.
I just think 3 Templars in the Avatar would be annoying as crap to deal with.
Yes.
Like, I'll just kill myself and...
Well, some guy on the Menoth Facebook the other day saying he wants to run Severius 1 and Tristan without running a Reckoner or Adjudicator or a Redeemer. I was like, 2 Templars? I mean, give them each one a Templar, so you have to armor 23 Templars on the table.
Arm 23 anything is annoying as balls.
Yeah,
especially when you can't shoot it with Eris.
So they're Mat 9, PS 20, armor 23, full focus.
That does not break any of the character restrictions we have talked about yet. That's the lowest model count list I've ever seen in Menoth.
Oh my god. Share.
We'll share it at some point.
The fuck are you doing? The fuck are you doing? Oddly enough, I think this mad scientist just broke the game. That's gonna win. They're all gonna be fully fueled every turn. You got no idea.
Let's be honest. Spencer couldn't beat it. In a mirror match, you'd be straight fucked.
In a mirror match, Harbinger versus Harbinger? Ask Jeremy Constance, okay? All we do is one-handed throw Crusaders across the table all fucking game. It's great.
My favorite would be is when you would advance forward like, he's got no guns, look at all those jacks, and then the deliverers just CRA Harby to death. Pow, 20 to the face! Like, I'm dead.
The bad part about this is they have too many character jacks. I couldn't get the mercenary character jacks in.
Give it time.
There's too many mercenary character jacks to get in, aren't there?
It's like 2.
Yeah, that's too many. There's a lot of Menoth characters.
Is there a good Cavalry solo?
Gravis is really good.
Yeah, Gravis
Mainly because he gets souls, so he can buy attacks.
Think about
It's
Gravis'
just from
biggest
exemplars,
weakness
so.
being the fact that he's on a huge base, he's going to get shot out. If you really need to, you're like, no, that motherfucker doesn't die.
Yeah, Harby with Gravis. Gravis will never die.
I mean, you can take errants, make an errant brick that's, now not needing the book.
The book is now available on the list.
What?
I took a book in my list. Harvey, I have no fucking reason for the book in this list, and it pisses me off.
I have 2 lists. Are either of you is anyone making a generic standard Harby list?
No.
Yes.
Well, I honestly don't know.
Shut up, Jeremy.
Do you want me to make 2 lists? One that I think is like how I've ran her in the past, and how
No, thanks.
Okay. This is something I want to do with her.
God, I don't even think I need choir in this list.
I don't have choir either.
Fuck that shit.
Choir is not necessarily required.
Well, all I'm gonna have is a fucking devout, so...
Oh shit,
yeah.
actually, I might want the choir. Because I took a redeemer.
How bad are you at everything you do?
Pretty bad. Wait, do I want another redeemer?
Wait.
All right.
Do I want another redeemer? I want another redeemer.
I don't think you can have more redeemers than my Krios 1 list I made called Jax.
So, we take the full boat of Idrians, and she keeps them all alive by martyring them the whole game.
That's why I got deliverers.
What do they deliver?
Death.
They deliver souls to high reclaimers. What they deliver, you can just run them forward.
Or just reclaimers.
Yeah, I'd actually like to take advantage of reclaimers, but
Alright, so you got 3 points left in this bitch. Where do you go? What am I missing? I know what I'm missing.
Vilmon.
No.
Vilmon's stupid fucking good with her.
Vilmon's taken. If you didn't pay any attention.
no, he's not.
Bullshit, you said he was.
No, I didn't.
Don't listen to what this motherfucker
I
says.
said Rovin's taken.
I took Vilmon.
Vilman's totally available. Why would Treehouse 1 want Vilman?
Wait, I'm honestly not listening to your character restrictions. I'm just building a fucking list.
Do you want me to go over them again?
I'm not going to listen to them.
All right. So
I took Rax. Is that a good thing? It's extra healing.
I like them.
it's not bad. You should take a Hierophant first if available. But if you
I
only,
already have a Hierophant.
do you have a mechanic?
No.
The only argument would be a mechanic then.
What do you need a mechanic for?
Repair your Jax. If you only have a Devout,
Repair
then
my
yes,
Devout?
then you take Rax.
Here's my question. I have a point left.
after taking Rax.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to acquire, or do I not want to
There's
acquire?
no 2-point Merc solo you want?
Well, that's what I don't know.
You have Rupert, right?
Yes.
Drop the
That's
rack,
what I
take
put
two
in after I had
mechanics.
2.
Do you have Anastasia to bring? +1 to go first is never bad. She's worth 2 points by herself. Just that ability is worth 2 points, really. You can also take Orin Midwinter. Do you have the book? I assume, yes.
I don't have the book.
Then take the book.
Why?
Because
What do I need the book for?
it gives no knockdown for your tough guys if you ever do tough. It also gives no spells to protect
I have
her from
Gravis.
Butcher. It doesn't help her.
She doesn't get knocked down.
Well, right, she's immune to knockdown. But what is he helping? Just the errants?
And other things.
Bastions.
Okay, I forget you're taking probably a crazy fucking list, so.
My list is going to be fucking fast.
He doesn't stop spells, is the only
Avengers.
downside.
What's that?
Avengers.
And it's a smaller
Hand
bubble.
Crusaders call Avengers.
And daughters.
The daughters are fucking awesome. I love daughters.
Flamebringers, actually.
I don't like those daughters very much.
They're speed fucking 9
That's amazing.
with Crusader's Call. And they actually have Pathfinder. Shebang.
That's awesome.
A Sheboygans.
So you put them like all the way over there.
And then I put First Mate Hawk. They just do extreme flanking maneuvers.
She doesn't do much for them, does she?
I think your dog's kennel is filled with piranhas. By the sounds she is making.
Well, I did throw a handful of
She
thumbtacks
can
in.
hear us.
I don't think.
No, but
dogs
seriously,
understand
why do I
what
need the book?
It stops spells, so stuff like Butcher 3 and like not Roven, but
It's just
Ron,
fucking great.
stuff
For
like
2
that.
points, that thing is worth. Dude, auto fire on attacks.
It also is stupid annoying when it contests zones. And
Only
it's
on melee,
really
right?
hard to get
no
rid
all
of.
attacks.
Oh, that's right. So Aaron's
Yeah.
never fucking broken that way.
Yeah, lots of stuff's broken that way.
It's the book is just so fucking good. And hey, submit 5 attacks to kill this thing.
You mean
Do it.
20?
Yes.
It's Harvey. The best is when...
Feel free. Do a D3 to Harvey. D3 to Harvey. D3 to Harvey. Oh, wait. You have a whole rifle corps over there. Oh, and Widowmakers.
Alright, I feel like I've
There's
cricked
Joe.
harder with this list.
I got someone to martyr to 4 before I killed it, and I was like, you fucking moron.
You count the guns over there?
Yeah. No, you gotta decide when it's not worth it. Hey, well.
And also understand what you can do. You can just block it with small bases, and people will be like, I'm going to shoot the book. You're like, no, you're not. Die, asshole.
And then I'm going to be playing Rhett, and you're going to be like so sad when my 2 ghost snipers just shoot it down in one turn.
You know what the best thing ever to do,
I'm sorry,
though?
if I'm playing against Red, I'm not ever sad.
Really?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
I'm 100%
Menoth hates Red.
Yeah.
100% positive.
If you play against a Red player
I'm just
that's
going to
not
play
fucking
Raven
stupid, I
against
guess.
you
I don't
every
know.
single time.
Can we not record the fact that I'm playing against Connor?
No,
I'm just going to
he's
play
not gonna listen
Raven
to this.
against you
Oh,
from
wait.
now on.
Does he actually listen?
I don't think he knows how to spell his name, so it'd be okay.
Okay, so as long as we use the letters.
Alright. I got my list. It's probably bad, but you know what? I don't play Menoth.
If none of you guys share one of my 2 lists, I'm going to share 2, but that's it.
This is probably it. To be fair.
It might be. There's certainly a possibility.
I'm actually really looking forward to seeing people pick this fucking list apart.
But you know what the best thing to do with the book is?
There were people.
You know, you walk for the Hierophant and heal it for D3. And people are like, you can't do that. I'm like, yeah, you can. It's
the
a
fuck
living
can't you?
model.
You know who you could also heal with that D3? Gravis. Vilmon.
I don't know how that helps. Vilman, I mean, it doesn't matter on
Cut that
though.
out. I don't need that hate speech in there.
What?
I said the F word.
Oh.
I was talking about a bundle of sticks, but if people take it wrong.
Perhaps a cigarette or such. Wow. They're like, we don't like Max because Max says negative things about people. We don't appreciate that type of attitude in our podcasting.
Max knows the English language. He's a bad person.
Max speak English.
Can't steal that word from me.
I didn't think
I'm
it was
happy.
funny when that
Max?
feminist
Your name
yelled
is
at
Max.
me for
I'm gay.
saying the word
That's
gay.
okay.
I'm gay right now.
I appreciate it. High
To
five.
Stu, who is
High five,
skipping
Max.
around and acting overly
it's
jolly.
the weekend, so I'm
I know,
gay about
he was
it.
very gay that
I
day.
know. I was like, that's exactly how he's acting. That's actually
Oh my God.
appropriate. And she was like, just wanted to be offended for no reason.
Did you call her a bitch and tell her to read a dictionary?
No, I was actually. I should have. I was actually very polite.
That was quality.
God, if anybody's offended by anything I say, please tell me about it because I prefer to troll that even further.
I mean, I'm not implying she's a female dog, but I am implying she was a female dog.
You gotta cut this out. I'm sorry.
My favorite part is when Artem
But
was
he
like,
does it,
Hey,
right?
whoa.
You do it now?
Our podcast is based on 2 simple rules. 1, we have no actual topic, and 2, we do 0 fucking editing. That's the fact.
I'll edit this.
if anybody believes...
I think it's funny as hell, but
Wait a
I'm
second.
gonna stop talking.
Did you go online onto a gaming podcast and became offended? You can suck my fucking dick. Are you fucking kidding me? God damn.
Spence, how do you feel about the subject?
I feel like more individuals need to find some way to pleasure me in a sexual fashion, perhaps orally, on my genitalia. How about
You should just move to Iowa and cruise the middle schools.
I cruise most middle schools.
Well, you know.
I'm going to need another one of these.
Tonight on Lauren to the Wargame, we discuss cheating.
Who wants to talk about cheating? Raise your hands.
Isn't that dead?
Oh, God. Just cheat. And just don't fucking,
It's currently dead until we post our
be
next video.
No, we still got a bunch of Feast of Blaze to get through.
Oh my god.
Well, I was gonna say
Still got all the team
something. I
tournament.
was gonna say something in poor taste, but you know, we can rein it back a little bit.
We're trying to be classy, damn it!
In all honesty, if this doesn't get cut out and somehow you decide to listen this long into the podcast, my opinion on the cheating crap that's been like the Tony stuff or Anthony, the stuff that he did in that game, there's only one thing that really stood out as anything other than just playing sloppy, and that was the potentially moving his caster intentionally. If he did it intentionally or not, I'm just saying that we've recorded a lot more egregious things than that, and not just recently, like just in general. Like shit like that happens all the fucking time, like people moving too far and stuff. The fact that he got railed on as hard as he did for that shit, even if he did it intentionally, he's still probably not in the bottom 30% of the play pool. People just refuse to admit that there's some dirty cheaters out there.
with me.
Yeah.
Bottom 30% with me. I'm just saying, like, if the two people playing the game, if they were both kosher with everything that was on the table, if they were both okay with it, I mean, if you
Have
sit in
you
your
watched
fucking
it?
room, yeah, I watched it. If you sit in your fucking room and jerk off and watch this fucking bullshit and you're bitching about it, shut the fuck up.
Well, that's the problem. Like, it's not that people are upset about it. Okay, if you saw that and you're upset about it, fine, whatever.
Be upset.
Yeah, be upset, but you're taking this shit to a social media environment and you're just airing out dirty laundry on top of everyone's other, like, public
And who
environment.
the fuck is anyone to say anything about it?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like-
there's a committee, there are judges, and there are two people at the table.
Yeah.
Go to
Yeah.
your fucking room, cry about it. It's like...
The thing that upsets me, like, on even it, let's say he did it on purpose, like hypothetical, his exact intent was to cheat in the game, and that's the way he chooses to do it, by basically fixing, like, let's say he realized that he couldn't make charges since whatever model he was charging. All he had to do was activate that unit first, and there was no benefit gained. Or he runs a solo or a warjack in front of him and charges that model. Or he just doesn't charge because just walking 7 and feeding would have hit the guy's whole army. It's pretty much irrelevant of what he did. So of a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 2 is what he did. And people, like, when you know that your opponent's playing a rule wrong, but it benefits you so you don't bring up the fact that he's playing it wrong, that's like minimum of 4. You're intentionally not playing the game correctly to your advantage.
Yeah.
And you know how many fucking people do that shit?
I'm an asshole that tells people to do things better than they are.
Yeah,
Like-
sometimes I've walked into a player through how to kill the choir on their fucking mini feet turn, and the person's like, well, shit, I can't do anything. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, you can. You just, okay. You can't
choir?
target them with, no, I'm sorry, the fucking zealots. You can't target them with spells, but you can target something over here, and if it drifts over, and I'll tell people that shit. I mean, it's not,
they
it's
just
not a
can't be
big
targeted
thing.
by
Yeah,
spells. They
but
can
I mean,
still
it's
be
like,
damaged.
I'm always stuck between, should I be an asshole and not say anything about it, or just let them play on their own? There's always this big gap there, but I feel like, I mean, it's your responsibility as players. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a fun fucking game. If it's a, if it's a tournament and the asshole across the fucking table from me doesn't know this shit, fuck him. I don't give a fuck. But I mean, if I'm playing with some douchebag at store number 6, then
Right. There's a
Why
precedent
is
set.
he a douchebag?
he's a douchebag because he's playing against me.
Okay.
If you don't bring up any precedent of, like, before the game is like, let's play a super clean game, or like, I don't want to do any takebacks in this game, I'm not going to help you, I don't want you to help me. If you don't say anything like that, you should play the friendliest game possible.
Yeah, just be there for each other.
But if you're there in a tournament, anything your opponent wants to give you is a gift, and you should view it that way. If you forget to allocate focus, I don't care what turn it is, it's a gift if your opponent lets you take it back.
In a tournament, I would let people do turn 1 shit
Right.
differently.
And I agree.
That's
like,
about it, because I know you were meant to fucking allocate before you did something, and you were gonna run all your goddamn checks. That's not a big deal. That's not really gonna change anything.
I think everyone should be try and play like the player they want to play against. If everyone does that, then most people should have a good time.
Well, it's a community. It's like, I mean, really, when it comes down to it, despite how much of a douchebag I want to be all the time and how much.
Okay, can we talk about how good my list is now?
I mean, could we talk about? Is that a possibility?
I
Though?
don't think so.
Yeah, we should actually start the podcast
This is like
and
a
get on
dick
subject.
sucking good time right here.
All right. Give me 10 seconds to get into character.
Brandon, your face is horrible.
All right, that's helping.
Oh my God! Would you put the screen up a little bit higher? Oh, there we go. Thank you. All right, I'm ready.
Why are your hands below the table?
I'm scratching myself
Okay.
egregiously.
Episode 18, by the way.
I thought we were on 17.
No, we just did 17.
37.
So 18.
This will be the first time I've ever done anything. Over
We're
18.
halfway to 36, which is 1/3 of the way to.
There's literally
108.
porn going on during this podcast.
First time I've ever done anything 18 or older.
We're using the cameras for something to make some side money.